Bro Bro Plata, where black people and white people talk nonsense. Listen, we have you on because every other episode we just talk at each other. So, you can talk as much as you want. It's fine.
All right.
As long as if Ray doesn't have to talk and doesn't have to steer the ship off the road like he usually does,
then
it's good. Yeah.
Look at me. I'm the captain now.
There you go. Yeah, you can have it. Good, because we drive it straight into a volcano usually. So,
except for that's the heart, Tim, and that can never be mended. You know that. The heart always breaks.
Nah, dude, one of your girlfriends take care of that for you.
Oh.
No, they usually go, well, thank you for the free meal. Have a good day, sir.
Ray is a 60-year-old man in a 30-year-old's body.
I am, yeah.
If anyone doesn't know.
Nice.
His references are like way older than they should be for someone his age.
Oh, you know.
I would love to see that fight. And I would be rooting for Greg Hardy the entire time.
Funny thing, if you've ever wanted to see me in pain at any point that we've been hanging out, today's your day.
Ray, they see you in pain every time you do a set.
This is true.
Damn.
Yeah. So Thomas has seen it and Tim's never seen it.
No,
it was basically if Mortal Kombat was a shitty like Saturday morning cartoon. Like
yeah, exactly.
They had like they had a Native American character on there. They had the street tough black guy. Like they had all the stereotypes. WMAC masters.
There it is.
It's such a.
So you're saying it doesn't hold up? Is that what you're trying to say?
It does not at all.
It doesn't look fit full, Ray. Let me see that glass. No, Ray, top it off.
This is like goddamn amazing.
Yeah.
No, I just want you to follow the rules. What happens if you don't follow the rules? The wheel gets you back again.
This is true.
Why don't you two fight each other?
I've been thinking that, but I didn't want to say anything.
We have talked about this
I'm still at
for
shit.
years,
I
man.
can't fight anybody right now.
I am so down. I will meet him at a weight. I don't care if I have to gain weight to fucking fight Tim, but it would mostly be like it would be a rolling match in the cage.
Pretty
like
much.
somebody would take someone down.
What's crazy is out of all of us, Tim looks like he's most likely to be the wrestling fan.
I see so many fucking guys who look like Tim Danko at AIW shows. It's not even funny. And I love I see him, I'm like, I want to buy him a shot, but it's not Tim, and I get sad.
Yeah, and this kid's going to be a star, obviously. And that's what they wanted to happen. They want him to get a big win in London. They were hoping that was going to happen. I mean, did they give him somebody they think he could beat? Well, yeah, but I mean, it's not like Vargas is tough. Vargas is a tough guy. And yeah, Pimblett was a big favorite. But that's what they wanted to happen. They want this kid to be one of the next big stars, especially in the lightweight division. And now he's won two fights, one by knockout, right, and one by submission. So now he's going to fight somebody tough. And that division's super stacked. So there's tons of people he could fight. Before you put me on, I'm screaming at my microphone because you didn't put me on. I'm like, she's Mexican, you racist asshole.
I don't know
Spanish, you monster. You didn't put me on because you wouldn't talk wrestling. He had two. I only had one fight. He had two fights, but my one fight lasted longer than his two fights combined by like a lot. I think both of his fights were inside of a minute.
And how did your fight end, Tim?
I got TKO'd in the second round. And there's a lot of guys, strikers that have just became fantastic at takedown defense. I mean, Anderson Silva was good at it. Like Junior Santos was good at it. I mean, those are just the first two I think of. But there's been a lot that, I mean, if you're a striker like that, you have to have good takedown defense. There's been a lot of guys who have great takedown defense, and he's one of them. However, I mean, Robert Whittaker is a striker first. He's not a wrestler. And however, neither really is Cannonier. Maybe a little bit more, but I don't really expect Cannonier to fight him that way. I'm excited to see that fight, though. I don't expect Izzy to lose at all, but I like Cannonier a lot, and he's a tough guy, so I'll definitely watch that fight. But if either of us touch the other one's liver, we'll die, Ray.
Probably. That'd be fun. I want to be the first MMA death of like a true amateur, where it's like the worst fight ever. How bad would it
be if you got
MMA fight, bro?
Killed in the cage. You got killed in the cage by me.
Yes.
His liver exploded.
What's up, fuckers? Gotta figure out my fucking shit. I'm all John Melendez up in this bitch. I am the great and powerful Ray Highclack. Tim Danko is greeting the porcelain gods with his poop. He will be here in a little bit. Hopefully he's doing okay. Hopefully he is decently healthy right now. Been a little bit shitty as of late, but that is Bro Bro Plata. Shitty health all the time, just for you. We are the podcast that only is played in Guantanamo Bay, and it's only to torture the guards. Everybody here, thank you. Thank you for our people watching on X. If you're on X, repost us. Repost the feed, get all that out there, help us grow our community on X. If you're on any other platform, you know what to do. It's right down here. Like, share. Share's the most important. Share it, get it out to the most people you can possibly get this show out to, and make sure to tell them that Bro Bro Plata is okay to listen to. We're not great to listen to. We're not decent to listen to. We're just okay, and we are fine by that. I'm going to play a time killer song while I find something else.
But it's not even high. Then it's something better than I know the words of the song, and then it take it everything that you got. Okay.
All right. Give it up for Tim Danko singing that song, not being here, but being here in spirit. Hate to start the show off on terrible news, but yesterday, it's we lost the real one, guys. We lost the Iceman. We lost Val Kilmer. Lost Val Kilmer. I'm gonna bring this just a little bit more up for dramatic effect. Never really watched many of his movies, but the movies that I have watched, I have enjoyed. Tim is where I'm waiting for Tim to load here. He looks ready.
What's going on with your microphone?
I don't know what's going on with it.
It could just be you being too close to it.
Maybe
you're getting a lot of sounds.
Well, yeah, I am right on top of it. Like right here is this.
It's better than it was, but it's still a little. It's probably nothing you can fix, though. Possibly, I don't know.
I need to get $100 up for a new microphone.
Well, what do I sound like? My microphone was not expensive, and I've been using. I mean, this is the second one I've had since the podcast, but I just replaced it with the same one.
I know, but I had this one for 12 years, dog. Like this one's been with me forever.
The other one I had for over a decade, and it eventually just died. But I just replaced it with the same one. It was like $60, and I feel like this will work a while. My niece was using it today. I didn't realize that you could hook this shit, the shit that I have for the podcast. I didn't realize you could hook that shit to the PlayStation.
Yeah.
She figured that out on her own. She was telling me, I'm like, oh, I had no idea. I'm like, that's nice, because if I ever feel like I want to play online with anyone and I need a microphone, I just don't have to buy anything new. That's nice.
Yeah, a lot of the PlayStation 5 especially has a lot of like PC hardware that it can like adapt to pretty easily, which is good.
A computer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I need to get MLB The Show. I haven't done that yet. And I need to figure out. I guess I got to call PlayStation. I mean, I don't know what my account's been weird for a while. I told you that. Like, it won't let me buy anything. There's no real reason for it other than it's some sort of glitch. So I feel like I'd have to call and they have to figure it out on their own, because I can't do anything. I haven't been able to play online the last 2 years because of it, and I just didn't care enough to call. Like, I'm just like, whatever, I just play offline. I prefer playing offline anyway, but I want to play a little bit online. And if there's anyone to play with, maybe it wasn't 2 years. Last year, it was last year, because I played with you 2 years ago, right? We did that.
Yeah, and this time we can actually talk shit to each other too, which is nice.
I don't want that.
Now we both have PlayStations.
I don't want to hear you. I hear you on Tuesdays and Thursdays, and that's enough, Ray, for me.
We'll wind up handle pitch.
Listen, 2 to 6 plus hours of Ray Highclock is more than most human beings can handle.
It's a very true statement. I can't even handle myself when I'm in my work truck sometimes. So I get it. I get it. I absolutely understand. Believe me, it's
Ray's driving around talking to himself like, I've had enough of this asshole putting Daily Mail on.
no, it's Daily Wire.
Daily Wire.
I don't believe the Daily Mail. Never believe the Daily Mail. That's the Queen or the King's newspaper. Boo, the Daily Mail.
It's what you know what? Nope. Pass. Moving on.
Oh boy.
It wasn't anything specific about politics. It was just actually it was just a joke. But I didn't want to hear Ray's reaction to it. So we're just gonna move on.
You don't know my reaction. Why do you?
Well,
this is the problem with liberals,
99% of the time when I do this and I decide to go anyway, maybe 100% of the time, it's always what I think it is. It's gonna be. So I'm like, I'm always right when it comes to how Ray is gonna react to it. When it comes to something I say to you here. So when it's not bad. Some days I'll be able to handle it, but I'm just not in the mood right now. Hi, John. What's up, buddy? How you been, man?
Yeah, John hasn't been here for a while. Again, I wanted to real quick thank you to the people that are watching on X. I'm actually surprised anybody's watching on there. Thank you. Repost us. Start sharing us out in the MMA sphere. Get us out there.
Although I do have to talk to you about something, and you're not going to like my opinion on it, but I really don't like it, man.
You don't like the fact that we have the X premium, the premium?
No, that's not that. I read the description today that you used.
It was AI generated.
I could tell, but I was reading. I'm like, that does not at all represent what the show is. I don't like it because of that reason. So that's why I think don't like it, because it doesn't represent who we are at all, and I don't like that about it.
I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to run.
I understand why you're doing it. I understand that, but it seems like it's a straight up just lie.
Most YouTube channels are lies, Tim.
Ray, how much have I talked about? I don't want to be other YouTube channels. I don't even care about being successful. I mean, I would like to be, but I'm not going to sell out to do so. If we listen,
this isn't selling out. We bought in.
No, I'm just I hate that phrase. So much.
I didn't sell out, son. I bought in. It's one of my favorite scenes in a movie ever is from SLC Punk.
People probably use that phrase all the time.
Oh yeah,
or something like, even not knowing what that movie's from. That's a weird movie.
It is.
And I'm not saying it. I mean, listen, watch it once. It's one of those, like, I watch it one time and then to forget about its existence. One of those. Bob only drank beers. Bob did nothing wrong. Man. Although in the context of 2025, you'll be like, Bob, don't fucking take anything from anybody. What the fuck are you talking about? Come on, you don't trust anybody.
Yeah, that could have fentanyl in it now, dude. What are you doing?
Speaking of that, nope, can't talk about that either.
What? I'm anti-fent. I'm for anything to get fent out of drugs.
Has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with you.
Okay.
We just.
Has the numbers dropped of fentanyl overdoses or something? I don't know.
Has nothing. No, it's just something I can't talk about.
I want it out of drugs. Like nobody should have to worry about doing a powdered substance and having it cut with fentanyl.
Oh, no.
It's fucked up.
I had this conversation with my father, of all people. I don't know how fentanyl came up, but I told him, like, yeah, that's why I can't do drugs anymore. Like, one of the reasons.
And look, that's what I do. A government-regulated drug is fucking marijuana. At least I know there's not going to be any kind of fentanyl put in my fucking weed. You know what I'm saying?
So all the weed you buy is legal now?
Yeah. Everything I've ever bought. Yeah, I don't buy secondhand anymore.
Oh, really?
No.
Surprises me. Because there's a lot of people that are still going to go to their guy because, number one, their guy's going to be cheaper. If you had the same guy for a long time, like I know someone who is a guy, and I would trust anything that person gave me, and I have, and I still would. But he's the only one.
The guy I had for a little while, I couldn't trust.
Oh, well,
And
there
he
you go.
actually he
Awful.
RIP to the guy. He passed away a couple years ago, but like, yeah, he had some off-brand fucking vapes and stuff that weren't really vapes, and that I'm starting to realize, you know.
I told you one time about something that I never heard of fentanyl before, but now I'm looking back, I'm like, it had to be fentanyl.
Yeah,
I just was likely that it was. I was lucky that it was very, very watered down.
yeah.
But it had to be. That's before I even heard of it, so I kind of I got lucky there. I don't fuck with any of that anymore. But I don't buy anything.
But again, that
anymore for a very long time. Very long time.
And that's why I go, like, I will drive the 2.5 hours to go to, you know, whatever southern Michigan town has a dispensary in it for, you know, for these for $20 and fucking vapes for 10. Like,
pretty soon, that whatever bordering Ohio town, the cops are going to be sitting at the border just picking people off.
bring it, bitch.
That law goes through.
Bring it, bitch. I'll stay the night on a Sunday and drive home on a Monday. I don't give a fuck. I'll go at 4 a.m. I'll have the shit in my tires. Let's go.
If you get arrested for that, I will go to that town and have a protest sign, free Ray Hyclag.
You don't have bail? I see. Whatever.
No, I don't have bail money, but I will protest for you.
It's the only time anybody will protest on my behalf.
Honestly, yes.
The Cleveland comedy scene, I think there'd be enough people to show up in front of it and be like, free this motherfucker. He just drove home. Like, he wasn't even high.
It depends what you did. But yeah, in that situation, I feel like they'd probably be behind you. Yeah. Still worry about street ketamine though. I get my ketamine from doctors. Actually, I haven't done that yet. I would like to try. I need to try that again. It's been about a year. It has been a year. So I think it's time to try to get ketamine again.
Yeah,
There's gonna be enough shit I need to spend money on. I go to the dentist next week. I'm gonna have to spend so much money.
probably.
I have some dental, but it only goes up to like $3,000. It's probably gonna be the first visit.
Okay, you work on one side 1 year and another side the next. You do it in spurts, Tim.
Start a GoFundMe.
You'll give great gum jobs though in the interim. I will say that. That's how you get the $3,000. That's how you get the money. You just have the teeth pulled and then you suck dick for it to get the money with the gum jobs.
And I would be terrible at it. I'd have to only take the smallest of wieners. Terrible gag reflex.
Timothy gum job.
Timmy gum job.
Timmy gum job. Have you been to Timmy gum job's house? For $5, he will tickle your sack.
You.
You don't even suck it. He just goes.
What's a J job? If you have to ask, you can't afford it. I have a feeling he would give. Yeah, you're probably right. I mean, I'm very out of practice.
You don't like your hair pulled. I know that.
No, that's not true. It just depends who does it and in what context.
Oh God.
Also, now I'll just be afraid of getting whiplash from it. Honestly, my neck just yeah, it cracks. It's a whole thing.
They show an X-ray. Were you in a 3-car pileup on the highway? No, I was giving head the other day for money.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that's funny. But yeah, I think what I'm gonna have to do too is kind of give a couple deep searches for Grok to really make something about our show. Like, is there? I unlocked the deep search function on BroBro on the thing, so it just goes through every episode, every single website we're on, everything.
Can it
and listens
go through episodes like that though? I don't think it can watch in seconds, right? I don't.
Yeah.
Maybe how?
It's
I mean,
all the processors.
I understand. I don't understand the technology, but I don't understand how that can be possible.
It's just the interconnectivity of all the processors together have allowed.
Well, that's you saying that. That's not going to explain it to me, right?
But it's just
like the science makes it true. You know, I'm like, in this case, I need someone to explain the science to me. Now, everything else I understand.
Well,
Like,
yeah,
I
it's just
understand how I could read quickly. I understand that. But like watching something that's 3 hours long in 2 seconds, I don't understand that.
it
And
depends on what.
I'm not 100% sure it can. Like that seems strange to me. I don't trust that it can. Today it will be eventually. Comb your mate. Nah, I don't want to. I just woke up from a nap and then I took a shit and I rolled down the stairs into this chair. That's what's great about this show. I don't have anyone to impress.
No, except for with your mind, Tim. We need to have people impressed by your mind.
Yes, and my memory lapses and me forgetting words and forgetting what I'm talking about what sentence, things like that.
Oh man, I feel sick. I had to take today off. I was so pissed off.
How you doing?
I'm feeling whatever. I'm feeling better than I did last night or yesterday. I got off work yesterday. I felt like a train hit me.
I want you to impress me. I don't think I want to do the things I have to do and impress you, D-Rest, to be honest with you.
Oh man,
I'm afraid what that would take, and I'm not. It doesn't seem real worth it.
I'm bringing up a video. Hold on, I'm not going to show it just quite yet, but I'm
videos.
Fast. I have videos today. Yes, I do. Took him off. Meant to take that off. I was just scrolling through reels earlier, and this legal guy in Texas came up, calls himself the Texas Law Hawk.
I heard of the Texas Hammer. I know that guy.
Well, this is the Texas Law Hawk, Timothy.
Okay, I may have seen this, honestly.
May have not, but like I do like legal, like lawyer like small town lawyer commercials, or like there's some of the greatest commercial. We have Misney. He's become sort of our big brother in Cleveland.
I just love the thought of people from outside of the area driving into the area and seeing his billboards, and like especially the ones that are just his fucking Dwayne Johnson eyebrow. And that's there are billboards in Northeast Ohio for this lawyer named Tim Misney, but he's been around so much that people just know who he is, and his saying, "I'll make him pay," so much that some of his billboards have nothing on it other than his eye and his eyebrow, and that's the entire billboard.
There's
everyone
literally
around here knows what it is.
There's billboards that just say Misney. He has his own punk rock show up here. He supports like local metal bands for like Cleveland Metal Fest. He's like the cool sponsor.
Guy. As much as a rich guy can be cool, he seems like a cool guy.
For a lawyer, he seems awesome.
An ambulance chaser too.
Yeah, but I mean,
listen, those people, they are needed, right? There are people that need them. Listen, but here's the thing: if anyone has anything like that, where they have some sort of injury or whatever, and they want to go to court, their first thought is fuck is Misney, because he's been shoved down our throats. He's spent so much money in advertising, and obviously it's worked. How often does he go to court? I doubt ever. Not often.
No, except for maybe like someone from like Avon, fucking Solon or something like that.
Somebody who's like half of his book, like one of those. But as far as personal, I mean, number one, he probably doesn't have to very often, right? They settle.
No.
And also, I'm sure he has associates that do most of it. I mean, he probably has to if it goes to court sometimes, but they probably don't go to court that often.
You could say he has a real cult of Misniality. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
You want another hack at it?
No, because like cult of purse Misnality doesn't fucking work. So Misniality.
Business. All right. I don't get a stand and deliver. I'll come up to do stand and deliver if I do it against you. That'd be fun.
You'd have to talk to Bill and get me on there. I haven't gotten an email in a while, but that's been happening a lot lately, even with other comics. That's been a problem, I guess, with the email system, is like people not getting emails, and it's the same people on a lot of shows. And
from Bill?
Well, whoever's running the email. It's not Bill because he gives somebody the email to run, which he should do to you. You have time to fucking book people.
Doesn't Cam do it?
Yeah, but we can talk off air about that.
Okay.
All due respect to Cam, but yeah.
I mean, I could do it, but I don't want to. I mean, I would, but I don't want to.
Well, yeah. I'm just chalking it up to like her not really paying attention to emails and being overwhelmed. That's the only thing I can think of.
That's not really her fault.
I know, but then don't do it. You know, I mean,
right? I mean, the truth is, yeah. Actually, the one time I did email, that happened to me, but I did end up getting on the show anyway. But yeah, I thought she saw it and she didn't. I talked to Bill, and Bill said, "I got you, but just send an email here just in case, so she knows." But I already said yes, so I sent it. I never got a response, and I sent it like a couple days before just to make sure. And she's like, "I actually forgot to respond to the first one. I didn't even see it, but I ended up getting on it anyway."
Yeah, I'm gonna next time I see her, I'll just be like, "Hey, man, I put in here are my dates. It's pretty much any of the Thursdays or what the fuck ever." You know,
is Cleveland comedy more cliquey than it used to be?
Apparently, there's squads now. I didn't even know this.
There's what?
Like younger comedians have like called themselves like the squad or some shit.
I'm trying to think of a reason.
And they're all cool kids.
I'm trying to think of a reason to be mad about that, but there's none.
Yeah.
There's really none, man. It's as long as you're not mean to people, it's fine. Like,
yeah, as long as you're not a total dickhead.
I mean, people always, when they run shows, are still gonna book their friends more than anybody. Like I did that, but like I tried not to. Right, I tried not to book people like 2 weeks in a row and shit like that, and I didn't unless I had an opening that popped up late. But yeah, that's not weird unless you exclude people. But other than that, or treat people bad. Other than that, I can't see a reason.
I get along with the people in this squad that exist.
The name squad's funny.
Yeah, dude. Like, okay, I've been here longer than you. Like, you've been out of school, so
that doesn't mean anything, though. I mean, also that's the thing too. You can't just assume.
Well, it's the whole cliquey shit.
You've been around longer than everybody else. I mean, that's
it's not even like I'm expecting anything. It's just more like, dude, I'm not gonna take the squad thing seriously. I'm gonna treat you like if you've been cool with me, I will be cool with you. You don't.
What do they want you to do? Just refer to them as the squad?
No, if they did, I wouldn't do it. Because I have more respect for myself than fucking.
What do they want from you? It doesn't sound like they want anything from you.
Nothing. No, I'm not saying anything. I just find it funny that there's like accidental groups are starting to pop up again, where it's like a group of fucking comedians putting shit on under a banner, and then you got it like the bigger comedians over here doing their thing, and then fucking the open mic scene, and then everybody else. Which I'll be in Rock Creek, Ohio on the 19th at a bar. 20 tickets. Rock Creek, Ohio?
No idea.
It's like an hour north of Youngstown.
Okay. I know Stone Creek. That's where my brother lives. I would love to do a show at Stone Creek, dude. That'd be awesome. I just don't know where. There is a bar there.
People show up.
I'd be afraid to do a show in that bar. Nah, I don't know.
It's usually the best places to do shows are the scariest.
I've not ever had that experience. The scariest has been the worst for me. I thought I was going to die in a biker bar like my first year in with Sean Boyd and Jeremy Shear and JJ Johnson.
God. That had to be an interesting show.
So hard. And then JJ came on. JJ was hosting. He came on and ripped me for being shitty. which I didn't like it. Didn't like not something I'd do to people, so I don't know. I mean, I like JJ overall, but I don't know why he did that. That wasn't real nice.
So I said it must have been interesting.
It was. I've told you the story before, right? Number one, that place doesn't exist anymore. It probably got condemned. It was in Doylestown, which is in the middle of fucking nowhere. It was a biker bar that's like in between farms. And I mean, it was straight up. It was a biker bar. Everyone had his matching jackets and the shit. And the owner, number one, they're all fucking chain smoking in there. Like, you know, he's like, we don't give a shit about fucking pussy liberal laws around here. He's like, hey, don't worry. Some of the people here get rowdy, but don't worry about it, man. Nothing bad's gonna happen. Look, I'm packing. And he showed me his gun.
What?
And he said, I can have as many like what are you drinking? I was like, I don't know, Bud Light. He's like, yeah, man, you're a comedian. You can have Bud Lights for free. I had like one. After my set, he cut me off because I sucked. I always wanted to go back there and kill, but the place was like, you know, probably got burnt down.
Probably. Oh my god, yeah, there's nothing worse than that, man. I've told you the story of like the one time when people were singing "Happy Birthday" during my set, and like I bombed so bad. I didn't even talk to Steve afterwards, the guy that ran the Rollin' Smoke for the longest time.
Mm-hmm.
The tad hard. True.
Are you basing any of this on our videos? I don't like a single one of my videos. All my videos fucking suck. I'm 100 times better than any of my videos.
I mean, I don't know. The video I have has been actually getting views, which is scary. Like I'm up to like 150 fucking.
You should have one of your
views
good sets on tape, man. I the ones I have on tape are the only ones I've ever taped. Like so I'm just like, yeah, whatever, that's fine.
This one was forced on me, but like I liked it. I didn't realize it was gonna be live streamed, and then I'm like, all right, I'm just gonna go out and do my set and be me. And it paid off in the long run, luckily. That whole place loved me. And I came out of such a hole like a rocket. It was fun.
That's good.
Whoa. It's the worst, dude. Like when somebody's not doing well and you can hear silence from like the back like VIP area or like green room area, you're like, God damn it, now I actually have to like build a ladder. Like this is not fun. What do I get? What do I get?
It's good for you, man. That's why at like weird mixed media open mics, I would ask to switch people's spots when like someone like when like the most awkward thing would happen. Like there was a dude, no one's paying attention to any comedians at this mic in Akron. Then a dude came up and played saxophone and fucking killed. And then like someone was like, dude, who's to be the comic who has to follow the fucking saxophone guy? And I switched with the guy who did because I wanted to.
It's a brave choice. I wouldn't have made that choice.
I was an open mic, dude. I'm like, this will be good for me if anything else. Ended up being fine. But I'm like, no one. I'm like, you don't want to do it? I'll fucking do it. I'm like, I don't care. I mean, no one. Now, if it was a real show and I was getting paid and there was a musician, dude, sucks following the guitar guy. It always does.
Oh yeah, but you just got to do it, especially at an open mic. If it's just an open mic, you shouldn't give a shit about anything, at all, unless you just don't be racist. Like that's the only prerequisite.
They learned that the hard way.
I don't think I've ever I honestly think right now, sadly, my most pro foreign language joke is being considered my most racist joke, and I don't like it. Because nobody is like wants to laugh at it, but that fucking earpiece joke, I had this Puerto Rican kid dying his ass off in the front row of LVT last night because he got it. Like,
he gets it. I understand.
Like, I gotta figure out like how to make that whole presentation. Like,
listen, record yourself doing that and send it to me because
I will.
Like there's definitely something there. You just gotta figure out how to.
I wrote a fuck ton of lines for it. Like a fuck ton. It took me like 15 minutes to write all of them. I think. It's one of the deepest jokes I've ever wanted to go on in my life.
The hardest Riz ever worked on a joke, 15 minutes.
I probably have about 15 minutes in just lines alone. Like it's too much.
I think the setup is probably the hardest part of that joke.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a part where he says he shits himself in Spanish, which I find kind of funny. It's actually a good way to like test that out to see if it really does work. They say the most foul shit.
But yeah, no, if you do that, even if you stumble through that bit in a room full of people who have parents who don't speak English, you probably kill because they're all
or speak English, but also kept their in the family kind of thing.
Bilingual, yeah.
Yeah, if they're bilingual, that's what they do. They talk shit about you. If you got a problem with it, talk to them, but don't take their fun away from them. Yeah, I feel like that's what that's doing. That's ruining the party. I don't like people who ruin parties. Let them have their fun, bro. If it's what they do, it's what they do. Or buy the bitch Rosetta Stone. It's cheaper than the fucking headset. It's like $10 for a monthly Rosetta Stone.
And I feel like they wouldn't handle it well if they found out that the white boy.
That's what I'm saying. You're not coming to Christmas next year.
I mean, even if they found out they spoke and didn't tell them, that might be worse, actually.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Like if they just knew the whole time and didn't tell anyone they spoke Spanish.
You brought a rat into this fucking house,
right?
You son of a bitch.
The episode of Seinfeld when you brought a spy. Like when you ever see that episode? Oh, watch it. It's an episode where Elaine's going to a Korean manicurist, and she thinks they're talking shit about her.
Yeah,
in their language. So she brings George's father, who was in war in Korea and speaks Korean. So he brings it there so he can basically spy. And
is that the one where he finds the girl from like Vietnam that he was in love with? Where I don't really remember. Old man Costanza finds the fat broad that was Miss Ho from Friday After Next or whatever it was.
Maybe I don't really remember.
Next Friday.
I don't remember that. And yeah, they found right. He said something and he like got pissed and said something to him in Korean. It might have been Vietnamese, but they got pissed because she brought a spy in. It was the whole thing.
Yeah.
So yes,
God damn it, if Seinfeld did it, then fuck, I can't do this joke.
Seinfeld already did an episode on it. Of course,
I'm done. I'm done with comedy now. I can't have my fun now because I loved that joke.
If that was true, you can do any jokes. If you just
true.
It's like the same thing with The Simpsons. If The Simpsons made a joke or Seinfeld made a joke, not going to make the joke. Okay, you have no more jokes to make. It's not necessarily true, but they did make a bunch. But yeah,
I did watch a short about Simpsons did it earlier before the show.
Or maybe you should watch that episode just to make sure you're not doing the same thing.
I'm hoping. I'm looking at it from like what my dad especially, if he spoke Polish. And fucking, I brought some girl home to like understand the Polish talking. My dad would beat me into submission and then fight the cops. He'd be like, "How can you take his side on this? He took my fun away. Fuck him!" Like that's what he would do. He would have beat the shit out of the cops for taking my side. Yeah, it would have been a fight, I think. But yeah, dude, like that joke to me is fucking trying really hard to make that joke work. I love that joke because even the kid knew about the fucking headset. I talk about a headset and it's ruining families across the world, and it's a translator. And you might think, oh, that's a great thing. No, it's not, because if the parents don't know about it and all of a sudden the bitch can understand. Shit's not going to go well for you, my guy, because your family's never going to talk to you again. You'll become the pariah over that, or at least you should. Don't bring a goddamn wolf into the hen house, you son of a bitch.
I don't think you'd ever tell if a joke works or not until you do it at an actual
I know.
That isn't an open mic. You got to do some like real, actual, legitimate shows.
I might do it on the next Make Him Laugh I do.
And this Gavin was like, okay. I'm like, do it at a real show, not just a bar mic room. He's like, I'm going to do it at my next bar mic.
It's not a bar mic. I mean, it's a low-level concert hall mic. Not saying the show's low-level, but...
Well, it's like
every Grog Shop isn't exactly fucking Carnegie Hall. Wouldn't that be hilarious? They had a comedy open mic that wasn't Kill Tony in like Carnegie Hall one night.
Just pick a random open micer from New York. They're like, hey, fucking run this mic. What?
Yeah,
I should have did an April Fool's. It's like, yeah, dude, we're doing a show up, go up
yeah.
at Carnegie, man, and just getting some open micer to host it. Just to fuck with everybody. I don't know what. I don't know why that's funny. I don't know. Like,
Mr. Beast, get on that, and we'll help you produce that. We'll find like the
I don't know
most
why it's funny.
hyped open micer in New York for this. We'll suss him out. Tim is better at it than me, but
I don't know why it's funny, but it would be funny.
what a prank that would be. Oh, and the fucking place is just absolutely packed to the gills for this open mic. And he starts like mumbling. We have to come out and say, or like they come out and save him. That'd be fun. And then they actually do a show with like, I don't know, Chappelle or something.
He does well under pressure. Dude, that would be kind of a fucked up prank too, dude. Put open micers in front of crowds they shouldn't be in front of, like like what a Chappelle show. So you just grab someone who's like his first week in comedy and be like, "Go ahead, man." You never know. Maybe that would be okay. I don't know.
Dice or Artie Lang in his prime. Dice now still his crowds are fucking wild. They're insane.
Actually, Chappelle did that before. He told a whole story about it in one of his specials with the translating.
Do it in a manner that offends, makes them laugh to the point they can't be mad. That is super hard, D-Rest.
D-Rest seems like a guy to me that has said in his life, "You can't make jokes anymore. We can't make jokes anymore." And that seems like something he said on the regular. And probably. Still does. It's call me illegal now, huh?
Oh, what? I thought this was America. Oh boy. Oh, I wanted to show you this video because it is pretty fun.
Let's see it.
The Texas Law Hawk.
We're joking. D-Rest. It's all in love.
It's not actually. All righty. Here's the Texas Law Hawk. This is about 1:39. So.
Okay. Love it already. Is it a Mormon on a motorcycle?
It's it looks like a Mormon on a motorcycle.
Brian Wilson, Texas Law Hawk. Brian Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk. Challenge of justice. Due process. Do wheelies. It's hot out here. Brian Wilson, El Halcon de la Ley. Brian.
Good for him for fucking speaking of bilingual. Good for him for that.
Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk.
Hey guys.
Just to let everybody know, this was the night. This is a shot for shot recreation of my DUI.
Well. It's no refusal weekend, so you have to blow. Otherwise, you're gonna lose your license. These things are 100% accurate. Blowing it. Surprise, failed. Blow. Yeah, I don't think so. Someone just called me. That's why you don't blow. Brian Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk. If you or a loved one been arrested, so call Brian Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk today.
And that is Brian.
Driving through glass, just like Brian Wilson did. Oh, and screaming out my ass like Brian Wilson did. I love that his name's Brian Wilson. That makes it funnier to me for some reason.
I was kind of hoping he would have a commercial with Brian Wilson from the Beach Boys, but I could not find anything with Brian Wilson, the Texas Law Hawk meets the Beach Boy.
Didn't he die? Or he's unresponsive. That's what it is. Something like that.
He's kind of like brain dead or whatever.
Yeah, more or less. I mean, I was
comatose.
use that term, but yeah, not doing great. Speaking of people who aren't no longer here, Val Kilmer. I mean, he's been sick a
Yeah.
while. Unfortunately, that man's been sick a while, but he's still only like 65, right? That's kind of it's a bummer. But he was sick. You know, it happened to anybody.
Well, here's the thing, Tim. Here's the thing about Val Kilmer. Did you know that apparently he had been smoking since he was 8 years old?
I mean, I'm not surprised.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Jesus. Dude. The fuck? What kind of life did you have at that point where you're like, man, math is hard. I need a Winston.
Just fucking sucking down darts in between takes on Real Genius.
Yeah, just absolutely going through packs, making PAs go out and like buy more.
I like
from the grips.
I like Real Genius. Real Genius is a fun movie.
Yeah, obviously the popcorn scene at the end is the best, one of the best scenes in movie history. I love that scene.
It is funny. I think, and he's great in that. He does a great job of playing that character. That's a great character. That was like Ryan Reynolds in Van Wilder before Van Wilder.
Yeah,
that character. So this character was also smart, but he didn't give a fuck. Great character. He did a great job. Like it was very much like the lot of ways that Ryan Reynolds plays a lot of characters, and that was the way that he was playing his character in Real Genius.
I mean, Tombstone, another great movie.
Tombstone has to be his best performance, right? I mean, I can't think of anything else that he was better. It wasn't Batman. But I don't think Batman was necessarily his fault either.
No, that was totally Joel Schumacher's fault for sure. Apparently, he was in Knight Rider, the remake in 2008.
Okay.
Billy the Kid, 89. Really, he was in a lot of westerns. I didn't realize like how many westerns he was in when I started looking at this.
Willow, dude. Willow.
Mind Hunters. That was another good one.
Well, Top Gun.
Well, let's hold on. That's the best one because it's probably his most homoerotic scene or movie of all time. That movie, I agree with Quentin Tarantino in that movie about how it is a metaphor for like gay men in the military. Like it is.
What if that was the point behind it the whole time? Like that was like that was always supposed to. That's what this movie was for. This was a pro-gay movie.
Shirtless volleyball, bro. Hanging with the boys. Kenny Loggins playing.
Most pro-gay movie you could possibly make in the 80s.
Yeah. I mean, the sexual tension between Iceman and Maverick in that movie is palpable. You can see it. It's weird. Like, you could tell that Kelly, what's her name, was going to turn into a shitbox down the road and fucking so they needed each other to like cuddle, okay, on the carrier, because then they could be their wingman anytime.
Did you know that they had a room together in the same trailer, so they had better chemistry? Kilmer and Cruz.
A lot of kissing.
I just made that up, but it sounds like it could be real.
It could be with the tension in that movie, bro. There's a lot of peen looking.
I'm gonna make one of those. Did you know videos? Just say stuff that isn't true. That sounds like it probably could be true.
And I don't know if you care as much as I do, but this movie really was like seminal point in my life. I was getting into this band at the time, right out of high school.
Oh, the Doors movie. Yeah.
Yeah.
Never had a Doors
favorite biopics ever. I don't care how false it is or how much whatever is like.
That's one of those ones where people either love it or despise it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think most hardcore Door fans don't like it, but
that's fine.
One of those things, you know. Well, I mean, most biopics are all they're all sugar coated and bubble gummed up, you know. They're all what's the word? Puff PC. They're all puff PC, and
this was an Oliver Stone movie. Think about that.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like what's the word I'm looking for? Oliver Stone would just I think he just throws some stuff in there that may or may not be true. It seems like the guy to be like, "Oh, I bet this is real. This is true. We're making it real." Like who said this happened? Like
Morrison told me himself. It was
so
we were in the Congo together.
how about the linebacker rips the other player's eye out and it's on the field? That happens in football all the time.
But he played a great Jim Morrison.
That movie
dude.
lost me, by the way. That movie was great until the eyeball on the football field.
Which movie?
Any Given Sunday.
Oh, yeah. I that movie never really registered with me, but I respect it for being the movie that it was.
It overall is a really good movie. I think it, especially that time, it probably did portray what NFL football was like a little bit back in at least in that day. But there was a scene where there's an eyeball in the field. So I mean, okay.
Man, I gotta tell you, if Batman Forever didn't give Val Kilmer cancer from dealing with Jim Carrey on set,
I mean, I gotta tell you, Ray, it's probably the smoking since he was a toddler or whatever.
I know, but having to put out and such a toxic environment because both Tommy Lee Jones or just Tommy Lee Jones despised Jim Carrey on the set of that fucking set the entire time.
I feel like he's either the most fun to work with or super annoying to work with, depending on what you're doing. I mean, there's a whole documentary about Man of the Moon.
Yeah.
I mean, he lost his mind on Man of the Moon.
Well, yeah, and he fabricated this guy that wasn't Andy. I mean, it was like an artist representation of what he thought Andy Kaufman was like.
Well, what Jim says is that Andy possessed him.
I want to throw up on his face for saying that. I
think he did the best he could.
Well,
I mean, the movie was good.
It was great.
I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I know Jerry Lawler wanted to murder him because with Jerry Lawler offset the whole time.
Well, that's what I was about to say. Like, if you wanted to fucking really get a guy who knew Andy very well, I mean, it would talk to fucking Jerry at the time. He would have been able to give Jim a real good basis of the character, but he took it overboard, dude. Like, Kaufman wasn't like that at all. A lot of times, it was like the overreacting and all that kind of stuff. But I don't think he got Andy that well, but he got the performances of Andy very well. You know what I'm saying? Like the wrestling and all that kind of stuff.
I think they made a great movie.
They did. I
didn't know there was a problem until I saw the documentary. I'm like, oh gosh, but it came out as a great movie, didn't it? So.
Well, yeah, but that's what I'm saying. Like after when you learn all that stuff, you're like, oh god, we all figure stuff out after the fact. And I'm not saying The Man on the Moon was a bad movie at all. It's one of the best docu picks ever.
It's a great movie. Yeah.
That one, and I always put that one up there with The Babe with Goodman.
Goodman hates The Babe.
I know, but I love it. I love it.
You know what? I don't think The Babe is that great either. I think it's one of those ones where they just missed the mark. They had a lot to go on. They had a lot. They could have made a great, perfect movie. I think they probably had a great guy for it, but everything kind of went meh.
Yeah, it happens.
Biopics.
The Rookie with fucking Costner.
Well, think about that. I mean, it depends. What do you mean by a good biopic? You mean someone that represents the person they're playing the most, or someone who just is just a good story? I don't think Dennis Quaid was Jim Morrison at all, really. But but that doesn't mean it's not a bad biopic. It was a good movie. I used to love that movie. I still like that movie. It's a great story. The guy was, he was 35 when he came in the majors, and he only pitched a couple years. For the fact that he was over. He hadn't pitched in over a decade, and it's crazy. It doesn't make any sense, and it's one of those things. But it's a great story. But I don't know. I mean, I'm sure there's a bunch of this can't think of. A lot of people like Ali. I think Ali was okay.
Ali is, it's a biopic. I wouldn't say it's one of the best of all time.
Well, let me look at a list and I'll remember some. Because now I'm
Cool
trying to-
Runnings. I'll put that above Ali.
There's a biopic of who? They were all composite characters.
But it was the Jamaican bobsled team, man.
It's not a biopic though.
It is.
Of who?
The team itself.
That's not what do you know what? That's not what a biopic is. Biopic is one person.
I consider that a docu-pic then, or whatever. I don't know these things. I have a 4th grade education, man.
No, you don't.
I probably have the equivalent of same. Not gonna lie.
That might be true.
Especially in the No Child Left Behind days.
Oh, Capote's pretty good.
With
Philip
what's his
Seymour
face, yeah.
Seymour Hoffman is Truman Capote. That's pretty great. I like the Imitation Game a lot. That's Alan Turing. That was good. It's Benedict Cumberbatch's Alan Turing.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, have you seen Sebastian Stan as Trump and The Apprentice? I haven't seen it because I want to see because I'm sure people are just pissed about it.
No, I have not. Because I don't watch what people watch. I just watch like YouTube and shit.
Yeah, there's something wrong with you, but you know what? It is what it is. We already know.
I just smoke a lot of weed, bro.
Well, Rocket Man was really good. It was a musical, but I liked it, and they had purpose. You know, they put
the Elton John movie.
Yeah, they put the dark shit in there. You know, so they put.
I have yet to see that, but I'm not gonna shit on it because it is musical. That actually adds points to me a little bit.
It's weird that it's a good docu-pic and it's a musical. Like it would have been anyway, but it was also a musical. And
look at the soundtrack. I mean,
well, obviously you have some of the some great songs to choose from. I mean, everything that Elton and Bertie Taupin wrote is amazing. But and those are all the songs they used in the musical. But the fact that they were able to use his music to tell the story of his life and not really sugarcoat it, it was really that's a hard bullseye to hit, and I think they did. And Rocket Man's really good.
Yeah, I liked. There's always one scene that goes around where he's singing "I'm Still Standing" and like smiling at the camera. That's all. That kind of gives me chills when I watch it on like reels and shorts and shit. It always pops up. I like Elton John.
The fact that you won't watch the movie because you're like, oh, I like this one scene I saw on YouTube, but I refuse to watch the movie. You don't make any sense, man.
Where did I say I'd refuse to watch the movie?
Well, you said you don't watch the movies. You don't watch movies. You just said that.
I did. Well, no, I don't watch what people watch like immediately. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know when these things come out. I don't know.
It's past several years now.
I know, but again, I like these things pass me because I'm doing things. I got things to do, Tim.
Do you though? You just said all you do is smoke weed. You just said that.
Case in point.
It's like, I don't watch TV, man. I'm smoking too much weed. What?
Watch a lot of YouTube. You go down like putt holes, man.
I have not. I have only been depressed in any time I've been watching any kind of shorts or reels. I only get depressed. I don't.
You know what makes me feel better about myself? Honestly, and then I get kind of sad is watching these people open up like boxes of like autograph cards. And you see the prices, and then they come like still under what they got. That it makes me feel good because at least I know I'm not wasting my money on that. I'm wasting it on something I enjoy, marijuana and booze. So
yeah, I just saw a video for like it's a graphic tee box. I'm like Ray needs that.
No, I'm good.
You just get every month you get a new T-shirt of a punk band no one's ever heard of.
Ooh, okay. Maybe I'll get like the Queers. That'd be kind of cool. That'd be a good shirt to have. Actual band, by the way.
I didn't doubt it. I gotta watch that movie Queer with Daniel Craig. I heard that's pretty good.
God damn it.
What?
What's this movie called?
Queer.
Oh God. Okay.
Starring Daniel Craig and Drew Starsky. Drew Starsky, fun fact, his father, Drew Starsky's father, head coach of the Kent State women's basketball team.
Ooh.
It's a fun fact for you.
You know, it was actually really cool too. Speaking of Kent State, did you see that? I think it's Aaron Boone's kid hit a home run while he was like on the broadcast for Kent State University. Or what? Or Dunn? I forget who it is. Somebody's dad, or somebody's kid plays for like Kent State, and he was on the broadcast and he hit a home run while his dad was like in the booth with the guys.
I gotta look up.
Can't remember what the dude's name is.
A baseball roster now to see who we're talking about.
I think it's like Aaron Boone's kid. I really think it's Aaron Boone's kid.
I might not be able to figure it out from just looking at
somebody's kid's going to Kent State that I knew the name of. Marty Drexler. Hey, buddy.
Hey, Marty.
Oh my God, we can actually get like X comments here. Marty, share that, repost this, say that we're here. Get eyes on us.
Marty, you don't have to do anything you don't want to do.
We love you, Marty.
Leave him alone.
Love you. Miss you, buddy.
Leave him alone. Leave Marty alone.
We need the help, Tim. We're
There's
actually doing
no
better
Boone
views
on
than we usually do.
There's no Boone on this team. I know what you're talking about.
Then somebody's kid,
you know what? I guarantee it is somebody's kid.
I can't remember what the fuck. It sounded like a Cincinnati Red to me. That's why I'm like, I can't remember what the kid's name is, but he was like in the booth.
Jay Casey. Is that Sean Casey's son?
Sean Casey. That's it. That's what I thought. Cincinnati. Yeah.
That makes
Sean
sense.
Casey played for Cincinnati for the longest.
Oh, dude, he looks like his dad too. Yeah.
He does, doesn't he? I saw a picture. Thank you, Marty. We appreciate it. We want to take over X's least favorite MMA / comedy / just whatever the fuck this is live stream on X Live.
Yeah, that's interesting. Just learned that. Yeah, I mean, it has to be. I didn't see anything that says Jay Casey is 100% his. Well, let's see. Is there a bio section? No, I don't see it. But I'm guessing.
Yeah. Pretty sure it's his kid.
Media. No.
Thank you, Marty. I'm glad that X comments actually come through here now. That's something good to know. I'm learning.
He's a senior outfielder. I wonder if the baseball team's any good. The softball team sucks. They're like 7-30 or some shit.
Marty, we'll have to get you on the show too. I want you on the show.
Why? Because you guys can what's it go?
Own the libs.
Yeah, tag team against me. Fucking.
Nah, I would say barely any politics with Marty. It would just be us hanging out and shooting the shit for a little while. So like 30 minutes would be fine. But I'd have Marty on.
Marty, I plan on. I keep looking at the tennis schedule. I'm gonna go see Marty's kid play when he plays at the park. I'm gonna go over one of these days and watch him play doubles. Marty's son is a senior at the New Philly. He's on the New Philly tennis team.
Nice.
Yeah, one of these days I'll go over when they're playing. When it's
nice. Why not?
When it's nice out. Yeah, I went to the Philly softball game the other day. It did not go as well as I hoped.
What was the score?
7-1 or 7-2. 7-2, but it was like 2-0 for most of it. And the wheels kind of came off. They played them again yesterday and lost 3-1. So yeah,
they improved.
Well, I mean, anybody can get beat by anybody by a bad score. It doesn't mean they're that much better than you. You know how sports work, especially baseball and softball.
Hockey is the worst. Hockey is such the worst. You can blow a 4-goal lead in 12 seconds. It's not fun.
So there is so my niece's tournament last weekend in Columbia, and they won the tournament, which is good. Their next one is in Bolivar, and they have some teams that they're playing. There's a team they're playing called Tennessee Mojo. Guess where they're from? Wrong, Michigan. But
I was actually gonna say South Dakota. For some reason, it sounded like a South Dakotan thing to do.
I get Tennessee Mojo's like a big program, and they have teams scattered all across the country, but they're all called Tennessee Mojo. But this one is in Michigan. I don't know, but I looked them up, and of course they have a website. A lot of these big teams have websites, and they had a roster, and on the roster it said what school they all go to. 11 girls on the team, 11 different schools.
Nice.
It's wild. It's
They all
wild
work as a cohesive unit. Think about that.
It's wild because there's a lot of those travel teams that kids play in different schools. Maybe not 11, but 3 or 4 at least. But my niece's team, they're all go to the same school. So, which is rare and weird compared to maybe in Tennessee they get a Michigan Mojo. Maybe.
Possibly.
Maybe. Doubt it, but maybe.
Oh, man. Thank you guys, by the way. Make sure, again, if you're on X, retweet us out. We're going to talk about the Josh Emmett fight because I really didn't look at the whole card.
I don't care. Will I watch it? It depends what I'm doing.
I'm definitely going to watch the Josh Emmett fight because
last couple because I just happen to be.
I love Josh Emmett.
In front of a TV.
If you're not a fan of Josh Emmett, then you need to get the fuck out of the bro sphere right now. Make sure to follow us, by the way, on X if you just came in from X. We just had a nice little deluge of people come in from X. So follow us. We do this every Tuesday, Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time.
It's the Marty Drexler factor, dude. Everyone follow Marty here.
The Marty Drexler bump, I'm taking it. Let's ride it and let's become a community.
The Drex bump.
Drex bump. Drex bump.
I will take it.
He will be on every bro. We'll take him on the road as our host if we ever do a fucking comedy thing. If we get a Drexler bump where we get monetized on fucking X, it'd be insane.
That's fine. Get that sweet TCC bump. That's a community of like 30 people. So
hey. It's a filled up bar, and it's $125 for both of us split. So
school Marty teaches that has about the whole school has about I don't know how many kids are in the school, Marty. I'm gonna guess. Hold on, like 89. That's my guess. I don't know. It's a very small school.
They have girls on their tackle football team.
No, but the thing is, they do play full 11-on-11 football, and that's
impressive.
They did not have a good year last year, but
they don't play like Iron Man football.
They have to. I mean, they never have more than like 22 kids on the team or something like that.
168 7-12 grade.
Wow, 168.
Damn.
7-12, 168.
Shit, that was like a lunch period at my house or my school.
That was the class size and mentor. 168 was class sizes.
I don't know how they fit 20 into every fucking class the way they did, but they did it, dude. They did it, and they were able to fit it.
Your class sizes were only 20 in the school?
20, 21. Let's back that break up a little bit, and we'll talk about that if you want. Yeah, it was usually like 20 kids to a class, maybe sometimes 25. And the classes I was in, this kid.
It's like you and 8 other kids.
Yeah, pretty much. It was like all the small classes.
Right. And all the subjects were top of the same teacher. I get it.
And it was like 2 grades behind everybody else so they could say we passed.
I understand that. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, anyway,
that was me, dude.
TCC is good at. They always have a good volleyball team and softball team. Like the girls' sports there are usually pretty solid.
If you want to comment, by the way, we do show comments on the screen. So anybody new to the show,
it's impressive for a school that size to be good at any sport. Even well, it's not as impressive as Strasburg, which is about the same size ish, or maybe a little bigger, but not much bigger. Which I think TCC and Strasburg are kind of rivals. I think.
Okay.
But, the fact that, especially in softball, these are both pretty good. But the fact that Strasburg wins so darn much in softball is crazy. I've talked about it on here before. I don't know how they do it. I mean, I do know how they do it. They keep the girls together the whole time, and they just teach the shit out of the fundamentals, and they keep all the girls together. I mean, that helps.
Yeah.
And now that they're 7 divisions, they'll probably win another one. I don't know. Marty says, "Yep." I'm assuming he meant for the TCC in Strasbourg. Yeah, because they're both about the same size.
Okay, I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I had like 2,000 kids in my class or my fucking thing, and like almost 1,000 graduated. Almost, it was like 948. I think I was like the 948th.
So I was too, dude. I was like at the bottom 10 to graduate or something like that.
Fuck yeah, dude.
I mean, I graduated, but it wasn't pretty. That being said, let's give a round of applause. My niece was on an honor roll.
Oh,
yeah,
very nice.
Yeah, Ava was on the honor roll, and so was everyone on her softball team.
Good,
almost everyone. Yeah, like not a 9 out of 10. Or
Good
8
for
out of
them.
10, one was merit roll, but yeah, something like that. But yeah, that's good. That's one less thing to worry about. So I tell her, I'm like, just keep trying to get good grades because this is just one less thing for everyone to worry about. Like, it would just be easier for everybody to just keep getting A's.
Yeah, I mean, I was a C student in high school. Even back then, I could barely care. Although, when I got to high school, that was when like all the real fucking Bush era shit started to like really kick in. Like, full No Child Left Behind, where they gave like IQ tests to basically be like, we just need to like pass this kid. He's not gonna like he's gonna be a drone. It's fine.
All right. I told you that we were the last year with like the 9th grade test, and they switched it to a 10th grade test or something like that. So I never had to take that test because it was like I took the 9th grade test, something like that. I don't know, but I know
you were before me. You guys still did fucking the proficiency tests and shit.
Right. Yeah, we were the last year.
And then they did us.
But when the 10th grade test was coming out, we had to take it as a sample. So we had to go in early, knowing and take a test we knew wasn't going to count. How hard do you think we tried on that test?
Well, as somebody,
I don't even think I opened the book.
As somebody who passed 3 out of or 4 out of 5, whatever it was, to like graduate, and then had my exemption from the IQ test. I appreciate you for setting a low bar for me to be able to graduate high school, motherfucker. I shouldn't have, but I goddamn did, boy, and it was good.
Yes, the OPT, that was Ohio proficiency test, right? That was 9th grade, and they changed it to the OGT, which is
OGT,
Ohio graduation test, which is 10th grade. Yeah, I was the last year they did the proficiency test. So, yeah, but I had to take both. But the OGT I took didn't count. It was just for like
a control. Yeah,
I guess. Yeah, but like I said, do you think any of us tried on that?
Hey, you know what you did? You decided to do a train move and show how to save a life.
Ray graduated from high school. That's basically what we're trying to say.
Yeah. If it wasn't for like the No Child Left Behind thing, I would have been left behind probably still to this day. I think I'd be fucking the guy from Dazed and Confused going, you know why I like high school girls? I get older, they stay the same age. All right. I would have been that guy.
I'm
probably
completely fine with not leaving anyone behind, but it's not to just push them through.
Mm-hmm.
How about the get them to figure out what's going on, try to teach them the way they learn. Other than I said that all the time. I've said to Marty multiple times that I feel like I've had teachers that I told him about my math teacher that every time if I had to ask him, he would ridicule you in front of the class for not getting it the first time he said it. I'm like, how do you expect anyone to learn anything that way? So guess what? When I didn't get something the first time, I just didn't know, and I failed his class. So what do you expect?
Yeah, I only had like one teacher in my entire life that was like a true problem teacher for me, because I said Chardon football sucks, and then she like started writing shit in like using the entire field and the whole fucking thing of how bad of a child I was.
Something tells me you did more than that.
I drew it on a piece of paper and gave it to a kid whose like parents just moved to Chardon or some shit, and he was going to start going there.
That's nice of you.
Well, showing rivalry young, bro. Showing rivalry young.
Marty says, "Dank, that's the opposite style that I use." I believe you, Marty. I believe that if you were my teacher, I probably would have figured it out, whatever it was. And like I said, other years in high school, I did okay. I did better in math, depending on who my teacher was.
Yeah.
I'm not saying this is all the teacher's fault. I'm definitely not. Could I have worked harder? 100%. I could have. 100%. But I will say that every year, what my best subject was would change. So I'm not saying it wasn't all the teacher, but it didn't help. And that guy specifically was the one that, like, I was literally afraid to ask him for help. So what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, no teacher should be like that, man.
I don't think that guy's not at Philly anymore. I don't know where he is, but he's not. I know he's not there anymore.
Yeah, that shit got moved down to fucking what do you call it?
AAA.
Kindergarten, I think. Kindergarten or like first grade.
Crass Ray was in at Mentor.
Oh God, if she would have showed up, my dad would have walked through the fucking like she met my dad outside the high school and like thought she was gonna like fight my dad or something. Like she was nuts, man. Mrs. Tousell, if you're out there and you haven't died, go fuck your mother. I hated you.
Name dropping his teachers.
Ray, she's probably dead now.
Ray, did they do the? Oh, not Ray. Marty, did you do the drawing for your basket for your class, the class that you advise? I know there was the basket because I should have bought some tickets because I was telling Ray that part of the package was tutoring lessons for you because you do a tutoring hustle on the side, and if I won that, I would 100% use those. I want to make a video of you trying to teach me and Ray trig. I think that would be hilarious because you would see the smoke come out of our ears.
Yeah, I square root of what and how and no, I'm good. 10th grade advisor, you poor bastard. Just you poor man. Dealing with them kids.
Oh man, this is what he does.
Man, at this point, well, I mean, there's less shootings, it seems like, which is good. But
Sheesh, Ray. Ray has to go straight.
They've calmed down a bit.
My friend is a high school teacher. Let's go to the worst possible thing I could think of.
They've calmed down. I mean, who knows? It hasn't been reported a lot lately, so who knows?
It's not happening.
I know. Well, yeah, just the wrong ones that people can blame things on.
Marty put in the comments Triggy, which I'm assuming is a reference to trigonometry and not the school shooting joke that Ray tried to make.
Yes, trigonometry probably. Oh man, God damn!
I don't know what trigonometry is.
Isn't it like finding like the shapes and stuff? I thought that was like what trigonometry is like.
Geometry.
Marty, what's trigonometry? Explain that to us, please.
I don't think he could explain it to us in a way that we would understand. The internet will tell me a good definition.
Go to Grok.
Don't know what that is. What is
X is AI? The study of right triangles. Oh God, 90-degree angles. Oh.
More of a wrong triangle guy myself, but this guy.
That deserves
a relationship between angles and the sides of triangles. Like what possibly could there be? Like what kind of how much of a relationship could there be between angles and the sides of triangles?
Well, I mean, if you're listening to Creed, it's about a lot of it.
Maybe.
You got to understand where he's jumping from and how far he's going down. If he's just going straight down or is he going at an angle? It
makes perfect sense to me because he's 6 feet from the edge and he's saying that's not that far, right? So he's thinking that distance of where he is standing to the edge. And like, that's not that far. So therefore he turns it like this. 6 feet isn't that far down because it's not a very far distance between himself and the ledge. So if you flip it like this, 6 feet isn't very far down, and it isn't really.
And if you think about it, it's more impressive because he's using his one last breath to tell us this.
It's true. That guy can get a lot done in one breath. don't think I can sing that whole chorus in one breath. I can't anymore. Hold me now. I'm 6 feet from the edge and I'm the can. Maybe 6 feet. It's over. Marty's son's favorite wrestler is Edge. I don't know who that is.
Ew,
Actually,
I'm sorry.
I take that back. I could probably, if you give me a lineup of wrestlers, I could point out Edge.
Although that is a good math joke. That is a good shape or an angle joke in an Edge. Although he's known as Cope now, I think, or Copeland in AEW. I haven't been watching.
I thought they could keep their names now.
Yeah, this happened like right after that, I guess, or right before that, I guess. So I don't know why he hasn't changed to Edge. And Christian Cage was always Christian Cage on other organizations. So
he's just like waiting to bust that out one day. Like, I'm Edge now, and everyone goes, "Oh no, my gosh!"
Yeah, he's like 50 now too, which is why that match he had. Did you see that video? The guy
Marty, so are you. All right, leave Edge alone.
You think you know him? You think you know him?
I know nothing about wrestling. I don't know. Although I tell you, I don't know. However, I wouldn't mind playing a game where you put like 5 pictures up and say a wrestler's name, and then I have to guess which picture it is.
Which wrestler is it?
Yeah.
Brought to you by Walter's Anal Bleach Suppositories.
I bet I could get all the low level ones, like difficulty, easy to medium, maybe. Other than that, I can't. Once you get the hard, maybe I'll get lucky on a couple because
first 2 would be the easy ones, and then the third, fourth, and fifth would all be ones I curate for you to be like, I have no fucking clue who this person is.
Like pick out Mick Foley. I could do that.
Yes.
Pick out Mick Foley and like 5 other fat guys. It's like Meatloaf. One picture, Paul Walter Hauser, H. Foley, and me, and then Mick Foley. And I got to pick one.
Evolution of fat.
Yeah, maybe.
And I think H. Foley would be at the top of that.
I do have to pick the. I do have to watch the Are You Garbage episode with Paul Walter Hauser because I like Paul Walter Hauser a lot.
I sent that to you. I was listening to it today. It was pretty good. Or yesterday. It was pretty good.
There's no way he's not garbage. But,
immediately trash. Like they were like, "You're garbage." I'm sorry. Spoiler alert, but what he talks about makes it go.
I knew he was a hardcore wrestling fan, so of course he is. Like, I don't think you can be a wrestling fan and not be trash.
You can be a very sophisticated John Oliver loves professional wrestling.
I bet he would come out trash. I really hope they get him on the show someday because I feel like he would come out trash.
That would be like one of their biggest episodes. Probably one of their biggest episodes
Paul Walter Hauser was a good get.
Yeah, for sure.
He does do podcasts, but he's I really want to see his new movie, but it's not playing anywhere. He's playing. He's doing the Press Your Luck story about that guy who won all the money on Press Your Luck, and everybody thought he was cheating. Fun fact, he wasn't. The way that the Yankees aren't cheating with torpedo bats is the way that guy wasn't cheating at Press Your Luck.
It was pattern memorization.
Yeah, he had an advantage, but he wasn't cheating.
Yeah.
It was their fault, right? It was their fault. The same thing with the guy who got the exact price correct on the Price is Right Showcase Showdown. Like it was like Drew Carey's first year or whatever. Like, he got it down to the dollar.
Nice.
It was the same thing.
There's been guys like that in the history of that show before. Even in like the 80s, they had that one like really effeminate, like cokehead looking guy.
You gotta, and I said this with nothing but affection, but you gotta autism proof your game shows because there are people who will figure this stuff out if you don't. Like the thing with Price is Right is I kept using the same items. And the thing with Press Your Luck is they only use like 4 patterns. So you can't do that. Somebody's gonna figure it out.
Yeah, I mean,
Gary went to Kent State. That's true, and so did Steve Harvey,
and so did Sean Casey's kid, apparently.
Yeah, and I think Trent Reznor didn't Trent Reznor go to Kent State too?
I think Trent went there too, and fucking what's his name hung out around there a lot, Joe Walsh or whatever.
Antonio Gates just got in the Hall of Fame. Didn't play a down at Kent State. Didn't play a down in college. Arsenio Hall, yeah, that too. Arsenio Hall.
Arsenio. Oh, Arsenio Hall. Miss him. What's he been doing?
Just
being Arsenio with his big fingers.
I don't know, but I would like Kent State to name a hall after him and call it. That's right, Arsenio Hall. No, just Arsenio Hall is good enough.
Are you gonna go down to the Arsenio Hall atrium? Where's that at?
The Arsenio Hall. That can't be right. Like a bunch of kids look at their schedule like that can't be fucking right. There's a typo. It's not Arsenio Hall. It makes no sense.
That's funny.
And then some old janitor comes out and be like, "You young bloods don't know." And he points in the way to Arsenio Hall. There you go.
I mean, I look at it, man.
Listen, do old wise janitors still exist? Like the ones from movies? Do those exist anywhere?
Well, here's the thing, dude. A lot of the janitors are our age now.
It's a good point.
Yeah, so
this was a while ago, but I'm sure it still happens. That like there was a janitor position at a school where it had like an insane amount of applicants, like 1,000 for one like janitorial job or something like that. I'm sure that happens a lot. Those are good jobs to get. I mean, you have to work, yeah, but I mean, you get good benefits and shit, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's why janitors are there forever, right? Like people don't like to just get a janitor job and do it for 3 months and leave. They're there for 30 years. I think the guy that was there when I was in school just retired like a year or two ago.
Nice.
He was there forever.
I don't pay attention to anything in my school unless it's like maybe a teacher or something I knew, but a lot of them are gone. So
popped up on Facebook and I'm like, I remember that guy.
I had one fucking teacher that her daughter played for Iowa basketball back in the day.
The Caitlin Clark. You had Caitlin Clark's mother as a.
I wish. Scobie?
I don't know.
Fucking big, tall, blonde bitch. Like Amazonian blonde bitch. Her mom was big too. Angry woman too. Oof.
Angry woman.
Angry.
That's funny. She's an angry woman then.
Oh, is she a cunt? All right. I've had a lot of bad teachers. If I really think about it, I've had a bunch of just shit bags for teachers.
Something tells me, Ray, that you weren't an ideal
shit bag too.
I'm gonna say,
but I'm talking.
Everyone thinks they
never engaged me. I had a lot more of those than I had anything else. Like Marty, I wish I would have had him as a teacher.
Did you have any teachers at your school that was just? I mean, you probably wouldn't have had them. I didn't have them either. But like that, people talk that are just like impossible. Like only like the top kids are in their class, and their classes are just insane because their teacher's just so eccentric and weird and does their own thing their own way, and it just makes their class impossible. We had a guy like that. I don't remember his name. I didn't have him. He was an English teacher. I didn't have him, but everyone would talk about him like that. That guy's wild. But
I had one like that. 10th grade. It was because we would switch science teachers in between the year at Menor because like there were just so many kids they'd rotate kind of thing. My first semester science teacher, Mr. Green. He was also he put together a lot of like the theater troupe stuff for Menor High School as well. Really eccentric guy. One day he got so fed up with the class that he goes, "You know what, motherfuckers, this is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna teach you the AP way of doing I think it was biology." And fucking, I'm going to tell you something. I actually liked it more when I was on medication, that kind of like learning. Then, do I remember any of it? No, but for some reason I was more engaged with him, like writing down everything on the chalkboard and kind of like, this is what you need to know and all that kind of stuff. But Mr. Green used to call me Raymondo. That was my nickname in 10th grade science class, was fucking Raymondo. Because he would do it. He would give people nicknames, and then he'd get to me in roll call and just be like, Raymondo. And then, oh my God, this just came into my head. My brother's 9th grade year, he goes to Menor High School. Because that was the first year they had 9th graders there. It was only 10 to 12 when I went there. But he was like the first thing. He gets to his sophomore year and he gets Mr. Green. And Mr. Green sees the name and it's like, is your brother Raymondo? And I was like, God damn it. How do you remember me, man?
My first day of high school in 9th grade, I was had an art teacher who was just about to retire. It was in his homeroom. I never had him, but I don't remember his last name. Everybody just called him Jack. That was his name. Everybody called him Jack. But and he was like, dude, I don't know. I'm not saying he was high at school, but I feel like he was probably high at every other moment of the day. But my first day, I walk in to homeroom, and he's just walking around the class going, Mommy and Daddy all gonna die. Mommy and Daddy all gonna die. It's gonna be sad and you're gonna cry. Mommy and Daddy all gonna die. Like the first day of high school. That's what I got. That's what I got. And the other was like, the devil is real. The devil is real. like he just did shit like that all the time. I'm like, who the fuck is this guy? I'm really disappointed I never had him as a teacher, but he like retired. I was like his last year he retired. Yeah, that was my first day of high school, and I was already nervous, and then that was the first thing that happens. I'm like, what the fuck is high school? Like, what the hell is this?
You went to a prison. Like you didn't go. I'm convinced that like your New Philadelphia high school was just prison back in the day.
Really, that guy was awesome, but you know, first day of high school, like, what the fuck is this?
Yeah, dog. I never had shit like that. We had one. Mr. Pierce fought kids. He was a former like Navy officer. And just didn't put up with shit and like threw kids around the fucking. He'd get in trouble all the time.
When I was in high school, one of the nutters was the wrestling coach.
Was it Nick?
He was one of them.
Okay.
Yeah, because he lived here for a minute, and he was one of the wrestling coaches.
I love Nick. We should have him on the show.
His brother or something was a coach, and he was he coached, and I think he did did live here. Yeah, it would be cool to have him on if he could figure out if he has any kind of social media or anything.
He does. I see him every once in a while. I just don't want to ever bother him because I don't know if he remembers me from the Indianapolis show.
Wait, he's the one that fought at NHB, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a poster of him, like a poster promoting a fight of his in one of the scenes in the Smashing Machine. So yeah, I'd love to get him.
When is that coming out?
I think soon. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna be a fan of this movie. I mean, because it's gonna be too Hollywooded up. It's not gonna have.
You are definitely the kind of person that just doesn't give.
I like the documentary.
He just doesn't give somebody a chance before they watch it. Now you can be like, I feel like there's a good chance I'm not gonna like it. But just being like, I'm not gonna. It sucks before it happened. That is a very, very hack. You saying something sucks and have never seen it is something that you've done multiple times. I can't think of an example, but you've definitely done it. I remember on the show you've done it multiple times. You're like, that's terrible. And like, I've never watched it, but I'm like, what is wrong with you? You've done that multiple times.
I look at it. It's like the Naked Gun like trailer.
Now, listen, I'm gonna watch it. Am I gonna love it? I doubt it. But the trailer made me laugh at the end.
Kumia played it on his show. I wasn't gonna watch. I was gonna wait until the show to like watch it and play it, but Kumia ended up playing it on his show, and even he had to say when they showed that it was like the sons of all the like Naked Gun guys, and then
Hauser again.
OJ's kid in the movie just looks at the camera and he goes, "All right, that's a good joke." That's a good joke.
I can't believe they even showed it, to be honest with you. I mean, I'm good for them for actually doing it.
Yeah. I want more of that.
I was surprised they actually went for that joke. I'm sure there was somebody like, no, you can't show his picture. You can't show his picture. We're just going to forget he was ever in these movies. Nah.
No, you can't, dude. You can't deny history. Sorry. You cannot deny history.
Marty, hey, thanks for hanging out, man. Hope everything's going all right.
Mr. Green, was he in Clue? No, but he definitely had a lot of he was a quick-witted motherfucker too.
There is a funeral home in here that does like they play Clue at the funeral home. Am I the only one that thinks that's weird?
Well, you don't think going to like high school football games as an adult is weird. So yes,
it's not
I can
weird.
see you
And
be
also
finding
every
that
single
weird.
person that I've brought this up to tells me that you're weird because you're insinuating something that you're putting something into it that has nothing to do with it, and it's weird that you're going to that place.
It has nothing to do with that. It's
Right?
more I look at it from
watching sports, so I don't understand why that's weird to you. You know, I went when I lived in Texas. I went to Texas football games because it was fun to watch. I just like watching football. I like watching sports, so I go to sporting events. I don't understand why that's weird to you.
Go to an NFL game. Go to a UFL game.
Yeah, right. None of those are in my hometown.
Isn't there a Pittsburgh team
down the street from me? Right? It's weird that you think that's weird because it's not. It's not at all. You're just I don't know what you're getting.
My biggest thing that came out of that whole point of view is like once I got done with school, I didn't give a fuck.
It has nothing to do with it. I go to games that aren't the school that I went to. I just go because I like to watch sports. That's nothing to do with high school. That's to do with I heard there was some studs playing in this sport, so I want to see these really good kids before they go off to college and I want to see them play in high school.
I've never got that.
Well, you're not a sports fan the way I am too. That's also true. So I feel like
touche
something that you're not, that it's not, and all it is me just liking to watch sports. That's all it is.
I don't know. I like adult sports, adults in sports.
Listen, man, if there was a professional team of some sort, if there's a UFL team in New Philadelphia, I would go to those games.
How much is a UFL franchise? 500,000. I think we could probably get a fucking New Philadelphia UFL team to sell out every like Saturday during the summer.
Maybe we could probably pack Woody Hayes Quaker Stadium.
Yeah, or we take it to Massillon. They can upgrade their stadium and make it like USFL
would
or
really
UFL.
Like them to try a UFL team in Canton. I want to see what happens there.
Do the Bulldogs, bro. That'd be awesome.
They wouldn't be able to do that because unless the NFL let them, but I don't think they wouldn't. But it doesn't matter what they're called. I just think I think it would be cool. I don't know. They've tried pro sports in Canton multiple times and it never works out. I mean, they moved the charge out of there because no one really cared. I wish they were still there. I would take my niece to games. It'd be fun. But yeah, they're not there anymore. They play at a theater now.
It's not a theater. It's a sports arena.
There was never a sports arena before, was it?
Yeah.
What did they play there?
Cleveland Public Hall, I think, was hockey at one point. I know they had wrestling there.
That doesn't make
boxing events.
That also doesn't make it a sports arena.
I mean, it is not a playhouse by any means. There's plays that can be put on there because it has a stage. I saw Nelly perform there. That was quite nice.
All right, auditorium, but like,
Yeah, they've had like hockey there. I don't know if they ever played basketball.
It calls it a multi-purpose performing arts and entertainment facility.
Yeah, I mean it's had multiple All-Star Weekend fan fest there. I mean I've been to 2 fan fests there. I went to the baseball one, and I think what was it 97?
They did the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction there one time.
Did they?
Yeah.
That'd be
awesome. Cleveland State played there in the 80s.
Okay.
Basketball. So they did play basketball there back in the day. They played in 2014. They did the NCAA Division II Wrestling Championships at Public Hall.
Interesting.
Oh, they did it at the facility. They did Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction a few times. And 18 was the last one they did there.
Then they went to the arena.
1936, 1924, and 1936 Republican National Conventions.
Who? What were the years?
1993. 24 and 36.
24 and 36. 36 would have been Roosevelt. Who was the Republican? Was that Dewey?
Well, it's the General Eisenhower's address, and oh no, that was in 52. 52, he had an address there. I don't know. 1993 Cleveland Orchestra. With Joe Louis fought Eddie Sims in 1936.
Okay.
That's cool. So Duke Ellington, 1946. So there's a reason why this thing still stands, right?
Well, yeah, it's part of history in that
Right.
town.
Elvis Presley, the Beatles, the Doors, the Supremes, Jimi Hendrix, the Grateful Dead, Janis Joplin, the Rolling Stones, Ozzy Osbourne. Live album tribute was recorded at musical. Really? Huh.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Anyway, that's why it's still there. All those things. I'm sure someone has tried to knock it down multiple times.
You can't though. That thing is such a beautiful place.
One day, money will win. But yeah, as of now, it's. Speaking of money, I don't like that the state decided not to give money to public education and decided to give it to the Browns instead. I don't love that. I don't love it.
I agree on that point.
It's such a horrible look.
Of all things you could cut, you're cutting education. Like
the only one's cutting education, but like it's not good, man. That's not okay. And not only that, they're taking some schools surplus. One of them's Garraway High School, which is in Sugar Creek. That we got announced.
Hey, the Amish don't need anything. They're fine. They barely teach evolution out there. Is gravity still just the theory? Is my question.
I don't understand. Although Haslam did say that if he doesn't get that money, they're just gonna renovate the old stadium. So that's another reason why I'm like, they don't need it. Give it to the kids. But mostly because, listen, even I love the Browns. I love football, but education over football, man. I mean, come on. That seems like, that seems like a slam dunk. I don't. I'm sure someone would be like, "Well, it's a little more nuanced than that." I'm like, "Okay, explain it to me." Because I feel like even if you did, I'd still be like, "Yeah, still education, though." How about that?
Agreed. I mean, education's been shit since we were fucking kids, and even probably dropping since the 80s. So it's like
a reason to ever cut funding or not give more money. I don't understand. I don't get it, man. I don't get it. I know there's a lot of people that want everything to be, private now, but that's going to leave even more kids behind, man. You're kidding me? Like, we can't let public schools dissipate.
Tim, I have an idea for it. It's kind of controversial. But I
Are you going to say the BRO Plata Public School of Hard Knocks?
Teach you how to roll dice like a man.
Dude, we should make that. Should be another video.
Come on,
Ray and I are trying to be the solution because of all the cuts to public education. We're starting our own nonprofit school called the Bro Plata School of Life. and
all it is they're the producers of the show at that point. That's what it's gonna be. And we intern them as our fucking people.
That's gonna be us and other comics like trying to teach life skills to like teenagers.
Look, nobody's gonna like you. Okay, stop it. Stop trying.
What class do you have? I have rolling with Mr. Highclack, and it's just the whole class. Pass to your left. Don't get lippy. Don't get lippy.
All in the thumbs.
Don't you dare get drool on that.
It's in the thumbs, kids. It's in the thumbs. See Johnny over there? He can do it on his thigh. That's an advanced kid.
I don't know what class Marty Malloy teaches, but he's going to teach something.
Law.
There you go.
You can do anything you want as long as as you say, you're mentally mentally ill.
Anyway, I think that's a good idea. I'm sure there's been things like that before, but I do think the BRO BRO Plata School of Life would be we'd be giving back to our communities. We're trying to help education in the state of Ohio, and all we have is our time, Ray. We don't have any money.
No,
so we gotta start the BRO BRO Plata nonprofit school.
We do on X, by the way, have a tip jar on our main, front of our page. So if you want to, we can't do anything else right now because we don't have that many things. Grow us on X. Help us get some real feels on X.
I mean, right this second, it doesn't matter. If we start getting any donations, we got to get that PayPal out of my name.
Yeah. I'm gonna if it becomes where it's like a lot, that's when the LLC will start. Because I'll just start an LLC and make that the business account, and that way we can draw money for it, or just make sure we get update our equipment, get new shit, find somebody who knows how to do OBS.
We'll launder it, Ray. I mean, no one works for the IRS anymore. It shouldn't be hard.
Yeah, it's voluntary. I found that out recently. Did you? I didn't realize it was a voluntary payment system.
What?
Taxes?
Legally, it is, but you still can go to jail for it. It's one of those things. Like, I always knew that technically it was. However, if you don't, you're gonna go to jail. How?
Fucking news to me, bro.
What? No, you didn't know that? Yeah, I knew that. Yeah, you never hear anyone say income tax is illegal, because it technically is.
Now I want us to get enough people so we can get monetized and find a way to launder money.
No one ever. Well, at least not people like us. Like middle class and lower people who don't pay, they get in trouble. You know, they can't.
Oh yeah,
because they can't afford to fight it. So yeah.
My parents had a tax thing for a little while, actually, where they either didn't pay or come here, fucker.
I can't believe you actually didn't know that. It surprises me.
Yeah, I didn't know it was voluntary. I always thought it was sort of. Oh, why? Oh, God.
Yeah, because mandatory income tax is technically illegal. However, you will go to jail if you don't pay your taxes.
Yeah, fuck them. I'm going to stop paying.
It's one of those things.
I'll be sitting in Aruba.
Did you file your taxes?
Yeah. Yeah, I already got my return. Wasn't much.
I got to fill it, do it quick, just because I have nothing to file. I just have one form I just got to fill out and then just plug numbers in, and that's it. I don't have anything.
But yeah, retweet us out. Give us a follow on X. We got a big bump tonight on X, which is kind of wild to me.
I want a big bump. We got big bumps.
I wish we did.
Did somebody check it first? You know, those fentanyl checking kits.
But thank you, people. Thank you for everybody that is watching tonight. That I'm very appreciative of the people.
New episode of Hit is on tonight. I'm excited for that.
No, Tim, you're not allowed to watch that show.
Still liking it, man. There was a mass shooting.
Everybody sounded like they were from Upper Massachusetts, though. I don't like it.
They all sound like they're from Columbus.
Oh God, even worse.
Oh, Columbus is like middle, like that's I don't know. That's like the accent apparently that
down there in Columbus, yeah,
for television and stuff.
The whole Appalachian region.
No. Lower than Columbus, it starts getting weird.
Zanesville. Fucking.
When I sent that video to you, when I saw that video, that guy was talking about it, I'm like, that has to be fucking. Is he from Zanesville? It has to be Zanesville. And then he said, "Yeah." I'm like, "Oh yeah."
Oh yeah, I remember that Zanesville fucking zoo story. That was
yeah.
That was big news for days.
Kind of a baller move, man. If you're gonna take yourself out, just let all your exotic wild animals go and then do it.
Imagine the ones that are still hanging out. Like, what survived a bunch of winters? What kind of hardy animal is that?
Because what would have happened to them if he didn't do that? They would have died of starvation. At least this way, they got quick deaths.
Well, I mean, they probably would have euthanized them all on site anyway.
No, what I'm saying is, though, how long would they take it? I mean, if they didn't find the guy for a long time, I don't know this guy's life. If no one knew him and no one would have looked, they would have been there forever, just starving to death.
Yeah, probably. There's a good chance that was probably going to happen.
Maybe what he did was a kindness.
Yeah, fucking tiger, bro. Like, just hanging out in Zanesville, Ohio.
I can imagine if that happened around here, people would go hunting.
Your brother would fucking immediately grab his gun in his truck and go, "I'm about to get me a fucking a rug today. Let's go."
100%. Unless they made it very clear that it was very illegal. Actually, he probably just wouldn't tell anybody, right? You just take them out and you never see the lion again. But
if you have
lion
expressed
rug and
written
stuff.
consent, you can do it. And if you have a wildlife control license,
It'd
usually
be one of those things that he's like, listen, if a wild lion found its way on where my brother lives, he would shoot and kill it without asking. He would just do it. And his defense would be, I have children. And honestly, I think people would be behind him. He may still have to pay a fine, but I feel like he might be able to get that crowd funded.
Get some meat prepared. Why not? See if it's diseased.
Lion burgers.
Oh, that would be good.
I don't think it would be.
Looks tough.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be too tough. I'd try it for sure. I tried most animals. Not every animal. Give me an animal you wouldn't eat. I'll go first. Raccoon. I know people do it. No, thank you. I don't like to say no to a lot, but I would say no to raccoon. That is a garbage animal.
Is anybody watching eaten raccoon before? Chat. Let me know.
I mean, although then again, if I was like at a cookout and they're like, "Hey, we cook it," I'd be like, "Fuck, I gotta give it a fucking go." But I feel like I really have no interest in it, man.
Yeah, raccoon is probably on that list. Squirrel, another one. Fox. I don't think I can eat fox.
I've had squirrel. Squirrel's fine. Squirrel, no problem. Have no problem with squirrel. Fox, I'd eat fox.
Would you eat it on a box?
I've been watching Brooklyn Nine-Nine through again, and I just saw that episode where the cold open with I came down with a big Diane Weist infection, and every time I watch it, I just think of you, and because I would have the same reaction as Andy Samberg did, which was this. Like Weist, yeah.
Would you eat it? Would you eat that fox in clean socks, Tim? How about at the gates of Fort Knox? Would you do it?
No, but I would to cure my chicken pox. Anyway, moving on.
While you're reading Goldilocks. Oh!
Like rats and mice, not eating those.
No.
Any of the animals that seem like they're all diseasy, you know?
I've smelled dead rat too much to never want to even see that or know it's on a plate ever.
I don't order veal. I feel like veal's where I draw the line. Although I did have a piece of my mother's in Vegas because she wanted me to try it, and I'm like, oh, fine.
Veal's fucking good if it's cooked properly.
It is really good. It is really good, but I just that seems, I don't know, man. Keeping just not letting the babies in a box, not moving them. That's a little rough for me, man. I mean, I know they're all gonna die anyway, and I'm completely fine with that. When I see beef cattle, I get hungry. Like it's like every time, like I at the fair, and I went into the beef cattle barn, and I'm just like, you tasty fellas. Yeah.
You're the only guy at the Tuscarawas County Fair with his own branding iron and a wallet filled with money going, mine.
I mean, they're all for auction, but they're very expensive.
I know. That's what I said, a full wallet. You just got a branding iron, and you're like, I'm going to buy you today, baby. Let me see that blowtorch.
Pigs are the opposite. I see pigs, and I feel bad about eating ham.
I don't.
No?
No, because I know what we've all heard what pigs can do to humans if they're fucking hungry enough or any of that kind of shit. Fuck that animal, dog.
That's other humans as well.
Yeah, they're putting them in there, but they still eat those fucking things. I know that's a catch-22 that I'll never fucking get over ever. Where it's like,
I mean, I don't have that much of a problem.
Piglets are cute, but I'm talking full-grown hogs. Nah, those things can.
I really think the only thing that would keep me from eating pork is if I had to have some sort of valve or something replaced, and they gave me one from a pig. I think then you got to be done, right? you got to be done after that.
You're just eating it, and it's like, oh my god, it remembers Carl.
You feel like Hannibal Lecter after that. At that point,
You start getting the memory of the pigs. Just for some reason, it's like the valve seeps some kind of memory into your brain.
I just keep getting dreams of James Cromwell for some reason.
Start eating out of troughs for no apparent reason. You're just,
My
there's no eat now.
My James Cromwell joke was good, by the way.
You're welcome for me stepping on it.
Yeah, you definitely did. That was a good joke. That is the guy I'm thinking of, right? James Cromwell from Babe.
I don't remember.
If that's right, then that was a perfect joke. And you gave me nothing. You stepped on it. I'm mad at you. Yep. Nailed it. I don't know. I'm actually impressed. I pulled James Cromwell out of my brain.
I gotta look see what this. I don't even know what he looks like. Oh,
He's
this
the
guy.
That'll Do Pig guy from Babe.
No, yeah. He's been in so many fucking movies.
Yeah, that's one of those guys. The guy who's in that thing kind of guy. He's been in everything.
Yeah.
He was in. I believe he was in both of the Longest Yard movies.
Mm-hmm.
But he's been tons of shit. He plays an asshole good part of the time, not always. Like Babe, he was a good guy, but like he's a dick in most movies. I think it's probably about 60-40.
Oh my god, his filmography is insane. Wow.
Is he still with us?
I don't know. I get him and the fucking guy from Game of Thrones always mixed up. The fucking old guy.
He's 85.
Then I hear his voice and I'm like, oh yeah, that guy. He was in Revenge of the Nerd. Oh yeah, he played Anthony Michael, whatever his name is, dad. Yeah, I think.
He's dad in Revenge of the Nerds. That's how long. Oh yeah, he was the judge in Rebel Ridge. This guy's still working. 85.
Yeah, dude. I mean,
Sugar. Yeah, he was in Sugar. Yeah, that's right, dude. This guy's awesome, man.
The Babe. We were just talking about that. He was in The Babe.
He was in Babe and The Babe.
Yeah.
Nice.
He said that'll do pig to both at the end of the movie. Spoiler alert. Yeah, dude, that dude was in a lot of shit.
This dude's been working consistently since he was, for like 60 years. He's played judges a lot. He played judge in the Thurgood Marshall movie. That's
he was in Little House on the Prairie.
That Chadwick Boseman was in. He was in dude. He's been forever, man.
Matlock.
He played a cardinal in The Young Pope.
Dude, he was on Matlock for 9 years. 86 to 95.
The new one with Kathy
No,
Bates?
the one with fucking thing. It looks like
the one with thing. He says
Andy Griffith, or he just had a bit part. I don't know. Jonathan Banks was in fucking Matlock.
Dude, he played HW in W.
They had him sitting behind home plate at fucking Minute Maid. Going, we need to.
Yeah. Spider-Man 3. Yeah, dude. This dude was in everything. A lot of range in this guy. This guy was a man. Warden Hazen, Longest Yard.
And he was the quarterback in the OG one.
Quarterback in the first one, yeah.
Yeah.
Blackball. Dude, I remember this fucking movie. It's a terrible, not good comedy about bocce ball. Or British Bowls, which I think is it was one of those bad National Lampoon movies. Yeah, I remember that. Actually, when we said that, I always remember, for whatever reason, I remember that movie. Just him in it. He was in RFK. He played Lyndon Johnson.
Jesus H. Christ.
He was in a movie called The Nazi. He played Ray Hyclak.
He did a great job. He really actually caught my character a lot.
Which is interesting because it was in 2002, so Ray was very young at the time, but he put a good young Ray Hyclak.
Did way too many Hiles for my taste. Like even I was like, you need to calm that down a little, kid. Like just bring it down.
He's probably 10% over. He played the president in some of
that's too much. 5% is like give or take.
Ray, it shouldn't matter Really, it should be 10% more. Zero is zero.
I want tasteful, Tim. I want
If
tasteful.
someone said they did 20% more Hiles than Tim Danko ever did, that should still be zero. There should be zero Hiles.
That's funny. That's funny. I like it. Oh fuck! Out of it.
Stupid card.
I think also PFL was tonight or something like that.
Oh, it is.
I think Maz was doing a thing.
That would explain a lot.
Well, I mean, we've got people watching, so at least there's that. We appreciate all of you guys, dude. Please,
It looks like there is. Yeah, they are fighting. Is it on
please
ESPN?
like it. Please just follow us. Turn notifications on. If you're on X, follow us. You'll get notifications that we're going live on X every Tuesday and Thursday. Live right here on your phone. Mostly, if you're an X viewer, you're watching us on your phone or your speakers. We appreciate that.
They don't have a TV app for X yet.
I don't think so. That would be nice. I think that's coming out after they start doing the Mars missions, which is next year. I think they're going to try to start doing that Starship.
Why don't we feed the hungry people in this country first?
Let them burn. Join the autocracy, Tim.
Funny thing is that you're talking like you're being sarcastic. I don't think you are.
I am. Yeah, I'm being very sarcastic.
All right.
I don't think I'm on Roddy Piper's side in the movie They Live. So
I've never seen that movie. Is it on anything?
Let me see. Might be on Prime.
Well, I mean to pay for it, but I'm not going to pay $3 to watch it unless you send me $3.
I'll give you $5.
Yeah, it's not on anything for free, but I could buy it for $4 on Amazon.
Yeah. Fuck. Yeah, it's on. Yeah, I'll send you $5 for that.
You don't have to send me $5.
Well, you need to see They Live. Like, They Live is one of the best movies.
I do want to watch. The only reason I watched
it
is it's gotten passed to me, past me, and I just haven't watched it. Isn't the Mall America still open?
It is.
Yeah,
they had wrestling there recently too.
Of course they did.
Like where WCW had their like thing in like the center of the Mall of America. Yeah.
It's a surprise, but I am waiting though for like a pro fight to happen in the middle of our mall, because like, man, malls are sad now. I used to love the mall. Used to be the shit. I was trying to explain this to my niece. I'm like, imagine this, but like the stores were full and people were here, and there was like stuff to do, and the food court was better, and there was an arcade, and there was a CD store, which I then had to explain what a CD was, and
yeah, I miss those days, dude.
To go FYE and just like listen to the previews of all like the CDs of bands I'd never heard of. Who were 3 inches of blood? That's how I learned who 3 inches of blood were. Because we were like, who the fuck is this? That's a crazy name. We listened to it. We're like, this is amazing. This is gonna be a new favorite band. That listeners.
I was always looking at like the new releases from like Metallica, because I was such a metal kid back then. Like I was all about metal and fucking those kind of bands, and then I found Flogging Molly, and my brain got broken.
Like, I can understand this. Throw
some ska on top of it. We have a quintet of fucking awesomeness.
Oh, yeah.
Did
you watch that video I sent you that Andrew sent me?
No, I haven't watched that one yet.
Dude, it's him just playing an old Charge of the Mound song. I don't know. It just popped in his head. He started playing it.
Well, have him record it. We'll make it like I want to have closing credits this year that just say nothing on a lot of them. They're just gibberish.
We need to play the "Looks Like We're All Fucked" song.
Yes, at that one, and I want to make one for the "In the Heart of Ohio Where Laughter Meets the Fight." Or make that a YouTube or a AI music video. Make that the new intro.
I wonder if I could rerun that song through version 4 without paying for the.
I don't know.
I don't know. I pay for premium on my account, but that song's not on my account. It's on the BRO BRO Plata account. So that doesn't help.
Oh, my voice. I gotta take some cold stuff before I go to bed.
Near record cold for Cleveland Guardians home opener. What do we got? I'm going to the game Thursday.
Ooh.
Should be back. It's a day game, so I'll be back. 34 degrees.
Huh.
Man, I wonder what it's going to be Thursday. Let's see what the internet says.
So I'm glad I don't work that often when it comes to like cold stuff. Or not, I don't go out when it's cold.
Well, Thursday's all the way up to 51. Although it may snow on Tuesday, but 51.
Heat wave.
Dude, 51, 45, 50. That's like my sweet spot, man.
That's sweater weather.
That's good. I mean, for ball game, that's awesome. For me, I have no problem at all. I mean, I want to sit in the sun.
45, 50 is fine.
But I mean, much better than 95. 95 may kill me. And it's very possible we're going to end up, and I don't know when we're going. I don't know. I hope they figured this Vegas thing out. I told Alan, I'm like, if we don't have it figured out by the time the flights come up, I'm just going to have to make a decision.
Are you going to have fun, or are you going to go with Alan?
Yeah, that's my decision. One or the other. I don't know.
Fun is with me. Timothy.
Also, like, they're not going to want to go the cheapest week. We're going the cheapest week. They're not going to want to go the cheapest week. That's going to make it difficult.
Well, yeah, because school's in and all that kind of shit, right?
Oh, that's not really bad. They are going on he's going on so many trips this summer. He's going on like 6 trips. He's going to Florida twice. They're going to Myrtle. They're going to Myrtle the same week my brother is. He asked me if he could watch his dog when he went to Myrtle, and if I could watch his dog, and I asked him when, and I told him I can't because I'm watching my brother's dog. They asked first. I wish he would have asked first, to be honest with you. His house is more fun than my brother's house. Brother lives out in the middle of nowhere. I like his dogs. His dogs are great. But yeah. But no, it's fine either way. I just couldn't have bailed on either one of them. Whichever one asks first is going to be the one that gets it. But yeah, he's going on a bunch. They just decided they're just gonna go hard and do all the traveling they want to do. They made the decision.
How old are the kids?
They're pretty young.
Yeah, that's like, I
6
mean,
and 3.
Oh yeah, I mean 6. That one will kind of enjoy, but like 3, that one's just coming along for the ride at that point.
I mean, they both are. I mean,
6-year-old that'll remember. He'll remember he or she will remember whatever kind of goes on. 6, you start developing memories and shit that you can repress later.
I've repressed a lot of my shopping. I don't
played too much in the cornfields, Timmy.
We didn't go on too many trips. We did go to Disney. I was a freshman in high school when that happened.
Never went.
And we went one year. We just our trip was going to Williamsport and watching the Little League World Series. Actually, that was actually fun. That was a blast. Actually, that was 3 weeks before 9/11, and W was there throwing out the first pitch. There was no security at all, and all of a sudden there was tons. But yeah, that was neat. And then that's Danny Almonte too. Got to see Danny Almonte play. He was older. I was just about to go into 8th grade, and he was older than me, and he was playing Little League. Yeah, we didn't know that at the time.
Sorry, I'm kind of looking for my other. I thought I had
where
another.
We went. We didn't go, and then when I was 19, we went to Myrtle. But when I was a kid, I don't really remember us going. We may have. You know what? I think we went to Ocean City. Yeah, Maryland. We may have done that because I had an aunt in Maryland. I think we did that when I was little. I don't really remember it though, because I was pretty young. We may have done that a couple times.
I'm very
not really.
The places I've been to Canada once.
Yeah, me too. Only once.
And then Toledo a lot. Michigan for some things.
What's your trip?
There was always there was this high school tournament at Tam O'Shanter, which is where I went this year to do an open skate there. which was kind of cool. I actually got to see the penalty box where I ended my senior year tournament at because I drew a penalty with like
It
a
is the
minute 40 left.
Least surprising thing ever that you
Yeah.
finished your competitive hockey career in the penalty box. That is that.
I
that's
barely
kinda perfect.
played in high school. Barely played.
The fact that you ended it in the penalty box is it just paved the way for the rest of your life, really.
Bitterness and anger. Yeah, a lot of it came out. Resentment, hating the coach. Yeah, it happened.
I'm sure it was all the coach's fault.
Looking
is.
back on it, no, but at the time, you're a teenager and you're fucking riled up. I embarrassed myself a few times. I've always had the anger issue. Always.
Yeah.
Always.
We also seen a lot of kids quit sports because of the coach, but not a lot of times it's not. I don't really know if it's necessarily the coach's fault,
I just decided to go JV because I didn't go on a trip one time, like a game, and I just ended up playing a JV game and starting.
I mean, the coaches don't like to make those decisions either, right? Like they're not like pumped that they have to cut somebody or they have to send somebody down. They're not pumped about that.
I asked to play. I didn't know because at that point they had also had me at one point. They, I guess, had too many guys dressing, and I had to undress in front of everybody.
Yeah, you told me that. But like, do you think that the coach liked that? He didn't. He fucking hated that.
He was a bit of a tool.
He'd have to be a real sociopath for him to get off on that. like no one
saying he got off on it, but I guarantee you he didn't feel anything either way.
Well, he had to make a decision. I'm sure he didn't love the fact that he had to do that. Like no one likes doing that shit.
I don't know. I sucked. I was not a good hockey player at all.
Dude, I was not good at any sport. The fact that I was okay at tennis is a miracle. And I wasn't really that good. I was just playing against people who were worse than me. So
yeah, I don't know. I just like doing stuff to do it. I didn't care at that point. Like
that's why I played tennis. I mean, like, I played my sophomore year and my senior year. And when I went to practice for the first time, I never picked up a racket in my life. So
my track.
Apparently, I swung and missed on a serve. I don't remember that. My coach told the story at the banquet, and I don't even remember doing it. I guess I pressed it. I got most improved player my sophomore year.
Nice. Yeah, when I got my track letter, that was the one that shocked me because I was like not at all great. I just liked hanging out and seeing the girls and everything like that at the time.
Every high school should have a sport like that where you just just phone it in and just have a good time, get some exercise in, not get super stressed out.
Do the best you can, obviously, but do a sport.
Right.
Like,
it's not,
something you
it's
enjoy.
not life or death, right? That was 100% what tennis was. And tennis is one of those things where you can play for your whole life. So it's just good to learn. So just to that's like my tennis coach is like, I'm not cutting anybody. He's like, everyone's going to be on you're coming out and no one's getting cut. So, and it was fun and I'm glad I did it, but, was definitely not good. However, I mean, from where I started to where I ended up, it was like night and day, but I still wasn't very good. But I really wish there was footage of me playing. I would like to watch it. I don't know.
And I peaked in
I would have kicked
basically
my ass.
right before high school.
Just in general?
Yeah, I would say so. Athletically,
human? Oh,
yeah. Well, yeah, I'd say I'd stopped growing around then. I just didn't fill out because I was all methed up on fucking Adderall and shit.
Yeah.
So it's like I was so skinny and like wired out constantly that it was like, it just was hockey, and I loved it. That's why I played. I still love it to this day. If I could coach, I would. I just don't think I have the patience for it. Especially if I was doing like mites. Oh, teaching those kids?
That would be tough. I don't think I could coach any younger than maybe 10.
Yeah, even 10, 11.
Even that, I don't think I could. I mean, I could. It's just. Yeah, as long as they wanted to be there, it was fine. It was just like the real young kid. Like, I mean, T-ball is just like child wrangling. It's all that is. It's just like, I gotta get him, give me here, do this. I would just drive me nuts. I don't think I can handle it.
Yeah, I'm not a teacher. I can tell you where to be, but that's about it.
Team, they have 10 kids on the team. They had 9 coaches in the dugout.
Jesus H. Christ.
Other teams were making fun of them. I'm like, they should. That's ridiculous. I mean, they usually have at least 7. They had a couple extra because they brought one kid up to fill in, and her dad is the coach of her team, so he had to be on the bench. And
yeah.
Now, were they necessary? No. Now, the ones that are there all the time, they do help in practice and stuff, but do they need to be in the dugout? I don't think so. The only dad that shows up to every tournament who isn't a coach is my brother. He's the only one. There's one that shows up about half the time. One that used to show up more, but now he never shows up.
Oh no!
And then the rest are
left for cigarettes.
The rest are
call that the left for cigarettes, Dad.
I see him every once in a while. I mean, he actually lives by me. He runs. Never mind. But he
don't dox him. Jesus.
Honestly, I don't think he would give a shit. What was I gonna say? Oh. Yeah, anyway, he's the only dad who isn't a coach who's there all the time. Never mind. Never mind.
Yeah, no doxing. No doxing.
I'm not doxing anybody, but I was gonna tell a story without doxing, but I'm like, it's not worth telling the story either.
Oh man.
I actually don't even know the one guy's name. I do. I do actually.
Yeah, no names.
I can do whatever I want. The more you tell me not to do it, the more I want to do it. And wasn't even going to do it. But now you're telling me no.
Just protecting the innocent here.
Innocent? You don't know what I was going to talk about. Innocent.
Until proven guilty. That's the system in this country, Tim.
Is it?
It is.
I've been following the Karen Reed trial. Have you been following?
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, it's number one. There's a documentary on Max about the first one, and they went hung jury. So the new one they're doing jury selection right now. Got their 8th juror today. I just read. It's okay. So it's this woman. She's 44-ish. She's dating a cop. Cop ended up dead in the front lawn of his friend's house that she dropped him off at. They're saying she ran him over on purpose, killed him, and left him for dead.
Is there camera footage of this?
No. And there's so much shady stuff. And I mean, basically, either she did it or there was a giant police cover up, which is always, man, even if it's this true, that's such an uphill battle to climb as like a defense attorney, try to prove that like the cops. And also, if it was true, like 8 people had to be in on it. It doesn't mean it's not true. And you look at a lot of the evidence, you're like, fuck, this may be true, but it's crazy because so many people had to be in on it.
Who knows?
I don't know. I'm honestly 50-50 on it. There's times where I'm like, there's no way that could possibly have happened. No way. And then at the same time, I'm like, there's no way that could possibly. I don't know. And it doesn't surprise me why the jury was hung. And one of the old jurors is now working for the defense. I didn't know that was allowed.
That doesn't sound.
Although it makes sense, right? I mean, she knew, or he or she, I don't know if it was man or woman, but they know that they were what happened in that room, right, and what they were discussing and why they couldn't get a verdict, right? They know why, so they can, share the information with the defense and get paid for it.
Yeah, I mean,
does it seem ethical? Not really, but. It's not illegal apparently. So
all's fair in love and war. In that point, dude, the courtroom is no different.
Anyway, watch the documentary on Max. I would recommend it, and then tell me what you think. Because every time I watch it, I mean, I watch it once, but at the end of watching it, I'm like, I don't fucking know. I honestly don't know. It's a toss up, man. And the documentary does a really good job of showing both sides, right? Even though like she is in the documentary and they follow her. They also, every time she says something, they'll with somebody else that in the documentary that's why that isn't true, or so it really makes they show you both sides, and I honestly have no idea. And that first trial was on TV. I wonder if this one's going to be on TV. I don't know. Do I have court TV on cable? Probably.
Is that True TV now?
No idea.
I thought that was True TV. Court TV turned into True TV, didn't it?
I don't know.
That's where that's the Impractical Jokers network.
It
now.
seems weird to watch an actual trial and then watching Practical Jokers.
Yeah,
after that seems not okay, honestly.
It's not. That would be a true statement. Hey,
this guy,
elbow wiggle.
All right, I think that's about it, right? I need Auburn and Duke to win.
Yes,
Saturday. If Florida wins,
Houston.
You win. If Florida wins, you may win if Houston wins. I don't know.
But if Houston wins, I'm automatically, I think, going to get a lot more points out of, out of the bracket.
You will automatically win if Florida beats Auburn. I know that.
Okay.
But, so if Auburn beats Florida, I think I need Auburn to beat Duke in the championship to really win. I'm not sure, but if I get Auburn Duke, it's going to be real close. I don't know for sure.
Yeah, I think I have Florida over Auburn.
Dude, I got three out of four.
Me too.
I know but I'm saying I got 3 out of 4 Final Four, and I might not win.
I know. You had such a shitty start. Like I've been following closely.
Really bad start. So
it made me watch the Houston and fucking Duke games yesterday, or not Duke.
The Houston Duke game on Saturday is going to be awesome.
The Auburn and Houston games. I watched those.
Cooper Flag's the truth, dude. Some like white boy from Maine kicking everybody's ass.
He's slow right now, isn't he? Doesn't he have that injury that he had where he missed like a good portion of the fucking tournament or something like that?
I don't know. He'll be fine. People are saying that he may come back. Like only NIL would keep him. But the thing is, though, if you think about it, why not, dude? It's college. It's probably a blast. You know, you're the best player on your team. You're a god in Durham, North Carolina. And you get probably $1 million or so to stay.
Yeah.
Like you're not getting any money. It's not like, you're going to get a lot more in the NBA, but you wait. And not only that, you don't want to be picked by any of the lottery teams. You don't want to play in Washington or Charlotte with the next Adam Morrison.
Well, he wouldn't have to go far if it was like Charlotte. He could still get his blowjobs.
He's from Maine.
I know, but isn't fucking where's Duke?
North Carolina.
Yeah.
Not that far. But anyway, and there's guys that are saying like, if NIL was the thing, I wouldn't have left college early.
Well,
the only thing, everyone's going to tell him, what if you get a crazy injury? I'm like, yeah, but the chances, that can happen in your first year in the NBA. I don't know. I really want him to stay another year because I think that would be cool. Also, NIL is ruining basketball or all sports. All the Sweet 16 teams were power conference teams. That's sad and boring. But it's going to be the thing now.
If the Cougars win, especially, because I'll be happy as fuck, man. I haven't won shit in a very long time. Amazing. So I already have the name of the show. We talked about it Tuesday.
Right. If is it Cougar Town? No,
it's Gathering of the Brogalos.
That yeah.
And I'm gonna have us, and I'm gonna do like a AI picture of you and I, dressed in ICP makeup.
That will be the last time I'll do this tournament challenge. That's enough of that. No, I'm gonna keep doing it forever.
You have the amazing Jekyll brothers just juggling fucking fire with a face paint on.
Shit. Oh, I was gonna make fun of your sports fan. Like, if you don't take sorrow in the losses, you should not be allowed to take any joy in the victories.
What do you mean by that, though?
You're like, oh, I'll be happy if they win, but if you don't get pissed when they lose, ever in the years that then why? Then you should not be allowed to be happy when they win. And I honestly believe that.
I've gotten angry when the Browns beat the Steelers. Super angry.
Did you see we have more championships than you now? I honestly thought that was the April Fool's thing when I saw it, but it's not. It's real.
I saw that, and no, sorry.
Wait,
nope.
Well, really? Well, this is the first time in your life you ever looked at legitimate statistics and say, no, that's not true. That's
Jimmy Haslam.
First time you've ever done
Haslam.
that. Looked at the facts, the actual statistics and facts, and be like, that's not true. First time
Is it
ever
B
for you.
Haslam? Is that the chick's name? Is that the wife? What's the wife's name?
Yeah, D. Yeah.
D Haslam must have given such sloppy toppy to make that a thing. Like, there's no way Jimmy didn't send her in.
You're not the only ones getting, wins in this.
I don't care.
Anyway,
wasn't the NFL.
The only thing I like about it is, listen, I'm not going to be a dick about it unless someone's a dick about, like, if you send me this, I'm going to send you this, and I win, and you can't deny it. I mean, you can deny it, but it's like this denying facts, which you've never done before. So I wouldn't expect.
Never. I'm a fact-based comedian at all times.
We know this, of course. So we better get out of here before it turns into a shouting match.
Well, no. On your side, it will turn into a shouting match. I'm
kidding.
I, on the other hand, will always just look you dead in the face and tell you that they don't count. I mean, that's just
again, yeah. But that's you looking at the facts and saying the facts aren't real.
But they're altering history. That's what they're doing.
They're not.
They're altering history.
That's not true.
Absolutely,
including history.
They are. I get
including history.
What they're doing is obstructing history.
What they were doing before was obstructing history, not including them. Now they're including history. Yeah.
But it wasn't even the NFL.
You can't. Doesn't matter. You can't cherry pick what you think is real and what isn't. When it comes
yes,
to
you
sports.
can.
Not with sports, you can't.
Yes, you can. Hold on. NFL.
We're done. Let's log off.
No, because I'm about.
Right. Just because we have more championships than you, you're going to make it a whole thing.
Well, I'm going to give facts here.
You literally scrambling.
Okay, so the National Football League was founded in 1920. The All-American Football Conference. I will do this football conference. Boom.
This is like you complaining about them putting the Negro League statistics in, which you didn't do.
Do you know what the AAFC's
the same thing? It's the
founded
same thing
date was?
When? No,
1944.
Yeah, so they're counting.
Okay, so no, you can't do that and claim that they are NFL championships or they're football championships of a professional nature. They're not.
Well, they are.
They're not.
They're not NFL championships, but they are professional football championships. They're professional football championships. Now they're counting them as according to the NFL account. According to the NFL
Arena League. So like Cleveland has like 10 now because the Gladiators.
That's a different sport. And number one, no, they don't. And also, that's a different sport. That's like that's almost like comparing.
So the Canton Bulldogs have championships. Did they ever win like championships in the All-American Football Conference of the NFL? Did they win?
I think they did. I don't.
Okay,
know for sure.
Do those get now added to the Browns? Because it's like
no, because
Cleveland likes to glom on a lot of things and just rewrite its own history to make itself feel better. And I don't understand
what you do with everything. Now it's sports, so it's easier to talk about, but you do this with everything. So it's like it's all right. I
only spit fact.
You just spent 10 minutes trying to disprove fact.
Well, no, I just did because I'm sorry.
You didn't.
Yes, I did.
Whatever, man.
Because they're not NFL championships.
Let me know when
they're
you
not
guys get two more.
Professional championships.
Let me know when Pittsburgh gets 2 more championships. Yes, it is.
The AAFC was not it was a semi-professional league.
They're professional.
Pretty sure it was a semi-professional league. It was a major football league. I wouldn't say that.
Pro football was, back in the day.
It only lasted 2 years, Tim. Or no?
That's not true because they won 8 championships.
Wait a minute.
Can we go? I want to eat.
All right, we can go. Thank you guys very much. Tim is mad because I disproved him about.
I'm not mad, but I am laughing that you think this would happen.
I'm laughing at the fact it did, like, but because you shouldn't just meh. Those aren't NFL championships. Sorry, they don't have anything. So
did you make the same argument when they put the Negro League stats in the Major League Baseball stats?
No, that's a different subject.
Ray, it's the same thing. It is
a different subject.
It's not. It's the same thing.
Different subject. Saying you have fucking 8 championships, 6 championships in a different league altogether means nothing than the NFL. 2 NFL championships, cool for you guys.
And by this logic, then you would be against the Negro Leagues.
No, I'm for that.
Well, then it doesn't make any sense
because they outdrew a lot of Major League Baseball teams. So
then it doesn't make sense. You're being hypocritical. You're cherry picking. Cherry picking because you want to be right, so you're cherry picking.
That's what a debate is. It's you cherry pick the
that's
facts,
what a Ray Highclack debate is.
and then you say what it is, and then you prove the person wrong because
this is what they teach at the Daily Wire.
No, this is the Crucible, actually.
All right, let's go before I.
All righty, everybody. Want to thank everybody that found us tonight on X. Make sure to follow us and have your notifications on for our page. We do this Tuesdays, Thursdays, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure to give us a like and also go over to our YouTube channel as well. Give us a subscribe over there. Help us with the algorithm and give us that sweet, sweet Elon money that the Indian engagement diggers are doing right now. Give us the money from them to be over here. Thank you guys very much.
I'm afraid to look up what that is because it sounds racist.
It's basically just, I'll give you an explanation real quick. It's there's groups of engagement miners that are actually like they just make videos all the time and just like engage their pages so much that like the algorithm only goes to them kind of thing.
I gotcha.
So, but luckily we're niche enough where we can kind of grow an audience, and we hope you guys grow with us and help us grow the community on X, because I think this is going to be a viable option for us, which is always a good thing. Thank you guys for being here, and as always, we will see you at the Kumite, fam.
You guys saw for the first time in the history of the world, first time it ever happened, a Steeler fan whining. First time it ever happened. It's never, ever happened before. We found the first one ever. First one. First time for everything.